Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
Exciting play with the Ashland Arrows. Let's head to the stadium for tonight's game of the week. Here are your announcers, Tony Van Dyke and Brandon Rouse.
From Community Stadium, come in everybody, and thanks to our friends, the OH.REPORT, for joining us as well. It is a beautiful night for football here in north central Ohio. The Arrows take a 1-1 against the Buckeye Valley 2. Stevens in his 9th season, 36-54. The Arrows, coached by Sean Cedar in his 4th season, 17-16 overall for Coach Cedar. Tony, a big one here tonight. Let's get to our Samaritan Injury Report, brought to you by University Hospitals, Samaritan Medical Center. Choose University Hospitals. With 25 primary care providers and 4 urgent care locations right here in our communities. Visit uhhospitals.org/choices to learn more.
Yeah, Ashland's Max Harpster got hurt on a kickoff coverage last week. He rolled an ankle. He's going to be week by week. He's not going to be dressed tonight. Available tonight for Ashland Arrows is going to be Luke Bryant, quarterback 1, coming into this game. He got knocked out in week 1 in the second quarter against the Norway Bobcats. He's ready to go. He's been practicing as well as the freshman has been playing. There's a good chance that we might see number 5 get the start in Luke Bryant, and Nathan Bernhardt coming in, number 12. Nathan Bernhardt's also going to be playing some defense as a freshman.
Let's take a look at the Buckeye Valley offense here first. Led by freshman quarterback number 22, Nathan Huss. Freshman, 5'11", 175 pounds. The freshman quarterback with a big battle here tonight on the road. His wide receivers, Garrett Carey, 6 foot, 180 pounds senior. Mitchell Melfi, the 6'1", 170 pounds senior. And another senior at the wide out. They'll go 3 wide, 5'9", 160 pounds senior, Brendan Olney. They will also play a tight end, which we haven't seen so far in the first couple weeks of the season. And at the high school level quite often, and even at the college level, you don't see a lot of tight ends, Tony. But tonight, they'll have an extra guy in there for blocking and a decent receiver in Tanner Damjanich. He's a 5'11", 205-pound senior for Buckeye Valley. Up front for the Barons, they'll go Sam Jones, Austin Dilley, Kellen Saldana, Clay Whitaker, and Ridge Webb. They go 210, 230, 250, 160 at the right guard spot and 235.
Yeah, I was talking to the offensive line coach for the Barons. He says this little 160 kid is a wrestler. He wrestles 157 in the winter, but he's a tough-nosed kid. He's not going to give an inch. He does a great job of using technique to use his smaller frame. So even though he's going to be undersized in every game the entire season, he gets to start tonight and all season.
And then at running back, Levi Richards will be the starter back there, the 5'10", 195-pound junior. The Arrows will receive the kickoff. We'll take a look at their offense here in just a second. Well, we'll give it to you right now. How's that? Ashland offense right now with... We'll see who's going to come out at quarterback. We'll give you that in a minute. Wide receivers, Jonathan Metzger. We think that Mr. Bernhard will be out there. Not quite sure. Colton Johnson, Grayson Story, Landon McFrederick, rounding out that skill team. And then Bryson Martin, Colin Karam, Riley MPT Hammond, Hayden Hensel, and Andrew Briggs. Up front, Caden Spots at the running back position for the Arrows. It is humid. It is hot as can be up here in the booth, Tony. Our thanks to our good friends over at Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com. And the kicks away. McFrederick's got it at the 10. Coming right to left on your radio dial. 25-30. Knocked down at the 31-yard line. Nice open field tackle by the senior, Brady Ritter. Arrows with decent field position here to start at the 31. And we'll see who comes out at quarterback, Tone.
It's going to be the junior Luke Bryant, the junior, original starting quarterback again. Got knocked out week one, either a head injury or concussion. He was cleared to play last Friday against the Presidents. They didn't want to have to use him if they didn't need to. They didn't have to, so he was able to get another week's worth of rest and a full week's worth of practice. He gets to start tonight against the Barons.
Nathan Bernhardt on the sideline here tonight to start. Twins to the right, twins to the near side, Spots in the backfield, and an early flag. And it's going to be a false start on the Arrows. That'll push them back 5 yards. Let's take a look at the defense. Oh, we already gave you the defense. How's that? We gave him the defense, Tony. I don't need to do it twice. Arrows with the football at the 26-yard line.
Ashland had some problems with some penalties last week at the Presidents. Need to clean that up. Getting one here early, a 5-yard procedure penalty.
And a handoff to Spots up the middle. And they'll get a couple of those yards back, maybe up to the 28. Gain of 2 for Caden Spots. Just underway here on a football Friday night. Arrows in all black here tonight with white numbers. Buckeye Valley, the Barons in white jerseys and white pants. Brown and gold trim here tonight, those gold helmets. Community Stadium. Beautiful facility in great condition. Bryant in the shotgun and a whistle and another flag.
Another procedure penalty here by the Arrows. Going to move him back another 5 yards.
Well, the Arrows go in the wrong direction here early. 2nd down and 18 coming up now. So Bryant in the shotgun with Spots. It's Johnson on the far side with Story. McFrederick and Metzger on the near side. Single high safety look right now with Brady Ritter up top. Back to pass, looking deep, downfield. And overshoots intended receiver Landon McFrederick running up the seam.
Yeah, just trying to get some big shot. Put Metzger out wide. We'll let him run a go route. Landon running a post route. Just a little bit too much juice there for Luke. Probably excited to be back in the quarterback role. Probably missed him by 3 or 4 yards there, but going to set up a long 3rd down here early for the Arrows.
Garrett Slater on the coverage. As the Green family piles in down in front of us. If you're from around here, you know who they are. If not, you're saying, all right, I don't care who's in the stands. Luke Bryant coming over to the sideline here, and Nathan Bernhardt's going to check in, it looks like, right away. So that was an interesting decision here. So Luke Bryant checks out. Bernhardt gets the call in from Cedar. Here comes Nathan Bernhardt. Started last week and really looked good last week, Tone.
Yeah, he's thrown 65% completions, 4 touchdowns on the season already, 3 last week, 1 in week 1, just 1 interception.
Bernhardt looking down the seam, caught by McFrederick at the 42. 1st down, Arrows. He falls forward to the 43, a pickup of 20. Welcome back, Nathan Bernhardt. Arrows quickly to the line. Riley Hammond has it, ready to snap. Bernhardt and company looking to the near side. Coach Godsey, Coach Cedar over on the near sideline.
You don't see many freshmen working both the defensive line and the quarterback room. That's what Nathan does, early in warmups. He spends a little bit of time warming up on the defensive line, working some swim pass rush moves, and then he goes over and throws some passes. So good job by the freshman there, jumping in when he needs to. Now Luke Bryant comes in after 2 plays.
4-yard gain on the play brings up second. 4-yard run there up the middle by Spots. Second down and 6. Spots to the sidecar, Bryant back in. This is like the old Stanley Jackson days at Ohio State.
I mean, if you have 2 quarterbacks, another penalty.
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I don't see anyone moving, but the flags are just flying even before anyone gets an opportunity to start a cadence. Like, it's almost like it's either they're lining up inappropriately, like over the ball, but that's going to be the 3rd penalty for the Arrows.
Second down and 11. Ball at the 42. Just underway here in the first quarter. Bryant in the shotgun. Calls for it. Back to pass. Looking. Good time. He's got a man open, and he can't hit McFrederick. Overshoots him. Good coverage there. Coming in at the last second, Mitchell Melfi, who comes in and puts a little hit on McFrederick. 3rd down and long coming up for the Arrows. And looks like Luke Bryant will stay in there here for the long 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe they're running plays in with the quarterbacks. Maybe the quarterbacks are taking in 2 plays at a time. Right now, it looks like someone's going to run in a play for Coach Cedar on another 3rd and 11.
Michael Franz, sophomore wide receiver, checks in with the play. Franz, McFrederick, Story, and Johnson in. Spots right next to Bryant.
Franz is just a speedster. He's been killing guys in JV. He's probably going to just run a go route here.
Press coverage on the near side with Franz. He's looking for him. Nope, now he goes right side. Little bubble screen to McFrederick. Caught at the 42, 45, 50. He's into Barron's territory, 45. And knocked down at the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 15. Bryant to McFrederick. They love that bubble screen, and that's where McFrederick is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, that was a one-man route. That was clearly going to Luke or to Landon. Really not a whole lot there, but he sees a lot of guys and a lot of green space cutting back, makes one Barron miss, and leans forward to get that big third down conversion, keeps this drive going. Kind of a clunky start here for the Arrows.
1st down and 10. Bryant handoff to Spots right up the middle. There's a flag, probably going to be a hold on the right side of that lawn. Brought down at the 37. It's a gain of 6 if it holds. There's one guy down for Buckeye Valley back at the 30-yard line. I think he's okay. Starting to get up. That looks like Tanner Demjanich, who's the starting linebacker and tight end. Might be a cramp, Tone.
Yeah, it seems a little early to get a cramp. It was still in the first quarter. Still 10 minutes to go.
Training staff out there. We'll take a quick break. Be right back with more after this first break on iHeartRadio.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today. I'm Brian Skoronsky, and you're watching live and free high school sports exclusively on the OH.REPORT.
So, Truax Printing offers direct mail solutions. To learn more, 4166. Truax Printing, creating quality impressions since 1966. Ashland High School football on Fox Sports 1340. Delivered by Truax Printing.
The Spots coming out of the injury timeout on 2nd down and 20. And he gets the Arrows down to the 38-yard line. Gain of 9. 2nd down coming up. That was Tanner Demjanich, who checked out, starting linebacker and starting tight end on the offensive side. And Tone didn't look like a cramp, actually, as they were getting him off the field.
Yeah, he's a big player for them. 2nd team all-conference last year. They really only have 3 or 4 guys that kind of go both ways. He is one of them, so definitely going to go to 2nd-string guy early for the Barons.
2nd down and 5, and it's a run over to the right side with Spots. Maybe a yard down to the 37. We'll call it a gain of 1. 3rd down and a long 4, Tone, and the Arrows in sort of no man's territory. You don't want to punt from inside your own 40 if you can't help it. Ryan in there in the shotgun. Trips right, twins to the near side.
I talked to Coach Cedar a little bit about their 2 running back set that they had last week that they had a lot of success with putting Spots back there with Truax, he said we'll see some of that tonight.
McFrederick, that's McFrederick on the catch on the little screen pass after the blitz, and a nice pickup there for the Arrows. They're going to pick up the first down to the 21, gain of 16. Thanks for joining us here tonight on 1340 and to our good friends at the OH Report as well. Nice pass there. Good patience by Luke Bryant, and McFrederick dangerous in the open field. Trips left, rather. Bryant back to pass, looking downfield, tipped at the line, and there's a flag. And it might be a hold. It looks like a hold, Tone, but we'll see.
It's right in the middle of that offensive line. Offensive line done a good job against Norway and against Marion Presidents. Doing a good job giving both quarterbacks time. This time, Colin Caron probably going to get called for a hold, and it will be moving the Arrows back 10 more yards.
10 yards marked off back to the 35-yard line, Tone. And
how about the fifth penalty on the first drive?
Not great.
And 5 targets to Landon McFrederick with 3 catches for 51 yards.
First down and 24.
Barron's 35-yard line.
Bryant, the shotgun. Little stack in the slot. Looking right to Spots. Hits him at the 40. One man to beat. And he gets tripped up at about the 31-yard line. Gain of 4. So short gain there on first down and long. Makes it second down and 20.
Nice little flare route there by Spots. Understanding that there's no blitzer coming, so he's free to release. Luke Bryant recognizing that quick, getting it out there, letting your athletes get a few yards. Still, second and long.
8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score. Barons and Arrows underway at Community Stadium. Back to pass. Bryant. Pressure. Steps up. He's going to tuck it and run. 30, 25, and he's knocked down at the 24. Gain of 7. Third down and 13.
Yeah, lots of pressure from those defensive ends by the Barons. Luke just kind of tucking it early and running, getting 7, making this at least third and manageable. We were sitting at second and 20. This is going to make it third and 13.
Caden Spots on the sideline getting a little attention. And Ethan Truax in there. I think it was an equipment issue for Spots.
Yeah, Spots has had some shin splints that he's been working on. He's got a rolled ankle from last week, so he's a little dinged up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more Truax here in week 3.
Twins right, twins left, both stacked on the outsides. Back to pass, big third down and long. Bryant over the middle. He's got Van Johnson at the 8, 5, 4, touchdown! Colton Johnson, 24 yards from Luke Bryant, and the Arrows strike first.
Definitely not the way that I would have set up an initial opening drive for the Arrows. Let's get 5 offensive penalties. Let's pick up some big third down drives. But when they need big plays, the Arrows have been able to pull that off. So catches of 25, 20, 15, and 16. Some rushes sprinkled in there. Puts the Arrows up 6 with the kick coming.
Extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0. Arrows take the lead early. Ashland High School football on Fox Sports 1340, delivered by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today. I'm Brian Skoronsky, and you're watching live and free high school sports exclusively on the OH Report.
Back here at Community Stadium, and it's 7-0 Arrows on top. 7:13 to go in the first quarter. Brandon Wells and Tony Van Duyne, Ashland and Buckeye Valley.
Just one guy back here for the Baron. The far side of the field, really no one covering. It looks like the Barons have watched some film and have seen some onside kicks and some chip shots. So they're encouraging Spots here to kick it deep and let Buckeye Valley go cover it.
I think Brady Ritter is deep, the senior. Wide out, backup quarterback, defensive back. 2-year letter winner. And Spots will boot it away. He's going to boot it deep into the far corner.
Right where no one is.
They're going to have to go get it. And it's actually not Ritter back there. It's number 7, Mitchell Melfi. He grabs it. 10, 15, and he's wrapped up at the 17, but there's a flag back at the 8.
On the return.
It looks like it's going to be a hold on the return team back at the 10 as now they move the flag.
Yeah,
that's going to pin him deep, Tone.
good job by the junior Isaac Stewart, just being a gunner, understanding that, one, if you can get to that ball without any Buckeye Valley guy jumping on it, it's a free ball. Two, he got there quick enough that he forced that penalty. So they're going to get another 10 yards tacked on, probably half the distance to the goal, putting the Barons inside their 5, which Ashland had a lot of success with last week in Marion.
Freshman quarterback Nathan Huss coming back out there, thrust into the role late into the offseason. The Arrows defensively looking good early on. Tough week 1, of course, next week. Tone, New Philly will be here. Start OCC play. Single back formation, and then an up back. It's a handoff. Run up the middle for the Barons. And the Arrows are on it, but now he keeps falling forward. Wow. What a great run all the way up the middle. Levi Richards out to the 16-yard line. They're going to move the chains, Tone. They had him stopped 7-8 yards back, and he just kept pumping forward.
Yeah, when you tackle high and you don't stop the legs, he's just going to keep those churning. You can see here on the OH report replay a bunch of high-standing Arrows currently. So they got to drop their knees, drop their butts, wrap up, take the legs out. We saw this a little bit last week, too, against Marion. Marion had a little bit of success running the ball until this defense clicked in. Arrows have to get better about clicking in on that first snap.
Van Tilburg on the tackle. It's a handoff to Richards. He goes around the left side, trouble, and he's out to the 24, maybe the 25, and it's a big gain there. So, couple of gashes here on the ground, and the Arrows going to have to tighten up the run defense.
Yeah, that one goes for 8, showing kind of a sweep and then coming back with a counter play. Barons like to show some misdirection. So with this freshman quarterback, we're not expecting them to really see it, throw it deep or throw it a whole lot, but a lot of misdirection, allowing this freshman quarterback to also have opportunities to pull and run when he has the opportunity.
Tyler Sauter in on the tackle, but both of the last 2 runs tackled by safeties. Handoff, Richards cuts it back to the middle, and the Arrows are all over this one. Maybe a gain of 1. It was 2nd down and 2. They'll give him a short yard up to the 26, and a 3rd down coming up, 3rd and a long one for the Barons.
Arrows pretty excited about some young guys in that middle linebacker position. Parker Grissinger, the senior, kind of holding it down, but Gunnar Lacey, the true freshman in high school, 14-year-old, doing a really great job. He played some defensive end in week 1. He's now playing some middle linebacker, putting some other athletes out on the ends where they can both cover and they can rush. Big 3rd and short here for the Arrows.
5 minutes and change to go in the first quarter. Arrows up 7-0. Handoff, Richards busts through the line. He's got the 1st down and then some up to the 30-yard line, gain of 4. And Richards is a load back there, Tony. He's 5'10", 195 pounds, keeps those pads low.
Yeah, and I think this may be what we see from the Barons kind of all night, a very slow, methodical, safe type of offense. How do you stop an explosive offense that can throw the ball around? Don't put them out on the field. So if you're not going to throw it yourself, runs of 4 and 5 and 6, keeping those chains moving and limiting the amount of opportunities that Ashland has to get the ball, a great strategy and a good start so far for the Buckeye Valley Barons.
1st down and 10 at the 30. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Man in motion is Ritter, coming from the near side of the far side. Huss hands it off, and Richards is stood up right away. Might have lost a yard. Back to the 29. We'll call it a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. Arrows defensive line doing a nice job. Take a look at the Arrows defense, which I don't think I've given you yet. Caden Briggs, Cooper Smith, and Caden Pyatt up front. That's a senior, a sophomore, and another senior. Caden Pyatt, of course, missed week 1, but he's back.
Freshman coming in on defensive line as well.
Nathan Bernhardt checks in, of course, as I'm reading the starting lineup. He comes in to give Pyatt a break. Metzger, Truax, Grissinger, and Hole across the middle. McFrederick, Sauter, Van Tilburg, and Johnson in the secondary. Handoff. Nope. Play action. Looking to pass over the middle. He's got a man caught at the 41. Ritter has it. And a nice play by the freshman. Good play action. And a nice throw down the field. 1st down and 10 at the 41 on their own side still.
It's exactly what you want to do in a play action offense is establish the run. Make sure those linebackers and outside linebackers are beginning to come in quick. Then you can pull it and let those wide receivers have some space. You don't have to be an explosive passing offense to have success if you can get 6 and 7 guys into the box. So after about 5 runs from Levi Richards from the Barons, they pull it out, throw a nice little pass. Barons 1st down.
Huss with a nice throw off that back foot, showing some arm strength for the freshman. Blitz off the side. It's a keeper. Nope, Ritter in the Wildcat is wrapped up in the backfield by Truax. Ball comes loose. And I'm not sure if that ball was down or not. We'll wait for the call, and it's Arrows football. The Arrows have come up with a loose ball. Gunnar Lacey in on the action with Truax over on the far side. Ritter is down and hurt. That's insult or injury to insult, I should say, over there. And it's going to be Arrows football.
Yeah, we talked about putting some of those athletes on the outside when you have confidence on your inside guys. Barron's trying to bounce it outside, and all of a sudden you run into Landon McFrederick, you run into Johnny Metzger, you run into Tyler Salter. So good job by wrapping up and then punching at that ball. First turnover. Again, going back to week one, Ashland was -6 on turnovers. We turned it over 7 times and only got 1. Last week, very advantageous, had 3 interceptions. Early here in the first quarter, Ashland gets their first turnover on the defense.
Ritter actually, I think, is okay. He was upset and was trying to tell the referees that somebody had horse-collared him or grabbed him by the helmet. That's what I was seeing from this far away. Anyway, Bryant with spots in the backfield. Trips to the near side. Single receiver on the far side. Spot splits out to the near side. Back to pass. Bryant going for the end zone. Incomplete. He had Metzger down that sideline. He had a beat on it, but just overshoots his man.
Yeah, just a couple yards over his head. Putting Johnny on that far side with trips to the opposite, even spots on the running back side, kind of running a flare to the left, really just manning up, trying to get your best receiver and Johnny Metzger one-on-one. They got the look that they wanted. Luke made a throw on it, just missed him. Probably see that coming back again. Sean Cedars going to make a note on that play, I'm sure.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 30. McFrederick in the backfield now with Spots. Hand off to Spots up the middle. And he still keeps those legs churning, and down to the 27. Gain of 3. 3rd down and 7 coming up. And a whistle and another man down for Buckeye Valley. And he's pounding the ground. Buckeye Valley guys dropping like flies right now and holding the helmet. Each week throughout the high school sports season, we'll select the iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week presented by the Neil Cady Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk, specializing in auto, home, life, and business insurance. Get a free quote, NeilCadyInsurance.com. That's Neil.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Now with 3 minutes to go.
Only reason I know that is I grew up with somebody with the same exact spelling.
And Coach Fralick from Ashland University.
There you go. Back to pass. Bryant looking downfield. He's got a man. It's Metzger. Touchdown! 27 yards. Bryant to Metzger.
That's just a beautiful throw to the end of the end zone. And Johnny Metzger was actually pulling away from that defender as that play was going on. Just a fade route. Just saying, hey, buddy, I'm going to go to the end zone. You throw it out there. He probably had a yard or 2 of separation, did Johnny, when the ball was thrown. And by the time he caught it in the end zone, he was 4 or 5 yards wide open. I told you Sean Cedar made a note on that. Again, Johnny goes wide, one-on-one. He's probably unguardable at this point against this Barron defense.
3 minutes to go. Extra point here in the first quarter is up and good. It's 14-0. Tony, this is a good start if you're Ashland. Obviously, it's similar to last week. You jump out on top, the exact opposite of week 1.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Cox is going to want to go back on the defensive side and say, hey, opportunistic, good job, guys, to get that fumble. Probably giving up a little bit more yardage than you want, kind of bending a little bit more. I expect the defense to be more aggressive, bringing more blitzes, forcing the action instead of being responsive. Coach Cedar talked about a little bit of a cat and mouse game of not really sure how this Buckeye Valley team was going to attack Ashland or even defend Ashland. Are they going to try to drop 8 and let us run the ball with Truax and with Spots, or are they going to try to be aggressive? Obviously, they're trying to do a little bit of a mix, but when you catch them doing the opposite thing, you can score early and score often. Ashland up 14-0.
2:55 to go in the first quarter. Toner, the overhead lights, yeah, they're on. They're just pointed down. It's a little different. We're used to the some of the other lights, right?
Yeah, some of the old stadiums have those big baseball stadium lights, kind of like the old gym stadium. They just kind of lighten up the entire neighborhood. Ashland, with all their upgrades over the seasons, have put in, energy-efficient LED lights that still lighten the field very nicely, but
very directional.
Don't splash into the entire neighborhood.
Arrows getting ready to kick it off. Caden spots, 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Ashland High School football on Fox Sports 1340, delivered by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville, truaxprinting.com. Kicked away. Melfi goes back and lets it go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And then Buckeye Valley will need to put something together here, Tony. And defensively, what are you thinking here if you're Coach Cox?
Oh, I continue to bring pressure. You know, those three front guys in Caden Briggs, Cooper Smith, Caden Pyatt had a great week last week at Marion. They have already obviously had one drive here. Their job in the three-man front is just to eat up blockers and let those linebackers behind them kind of clean things up. So it felt like the Barons kind of hit Ashland early. They got out of their end zone, but Ashland started to figure things out. I think Cox continues, defense coordinator Caleb Cox continues to be aggressive here on possession number 2 for the Barons.
Arrows bringing some guys. You're right. Throw to the near side from Huss. Caught out to the 24, now out to the 29. And a little pitch and catch pickup of 9 yards. Brendan Olney's first catch of the night, the senior wide out.
They're going to mark him just short, maybe a gain of 8 or 9.
Second down and 1.
Big cover 3 defense there, bringing pressure up front with your linebackers and your defensive line, not wanting to give up that big play. Lots of DBs there dropping off, kind of giving up that middle section. So not surprised the Barons were able to pick up 9 there. See what Coach Cox has on second down.
Huss in the shotgun. Got Richards back behind him in the pistol. Handoff. Nothing there, and that wasn't Richards. New running back is actually Garrett Slater in there. And Slater, nothing there. That's going to be a loss back to the 26.
We'll see a loss of 4. Yeah, Parker Grissiner is kind of getting the green light to go on a blitz. Good job evading the defender, not going slow on the blitz, but getting back there as fast as possible. He really almost had an opportunity to take the ball on the handoff, and he got back there so quickly. So setting up a 3rd and 5.
Matt Hall checks out for the Barons. Morgan Christie checks in with the play. 8 on the play clock, going to have to hurry. It's Slater in the backfield next to Huss. Twins left, single receiver to the near side. They're going to have to hurry. They're not going to get this off, Tone, and they're going to call a timeout on the far side. As Coach Stevens says, I'm looking at the play clock. Let's get this timeout. Now, he was late getting the call in with a wide receiver coming in with the play.
Yeah, Matt Stevens has been doing this for 8 years here at Buckeye Valley, helping his freshmen out. You know, lots of things going on in that freshman's mind. So now you got 3rd and short. You know, you're probably going to go back to your running game. You know, as much as you would think you're throwing it on 3rd and medium, you know, this Buckeye team really isn't built to throw the ball. I would expect bringing, you know, a guy or 2 here on extra pressure, a defensive rusher, but probably mating these guys up, looking for an interception, looking for a knockdown. Minute 27 still in the first quarter. So far, this defense playing very well, remnants of last week.
Minute and 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. Arrows up 2 scores here. Big 3rd down for Buckeye Valley. Trips left. Single receiver or single back to the right of Huss, and then an H-back. Play action. No, it's a give off to Slater. Off to the left side. 27. He falls forward to the 29, but he's going to be about a half a yard short. 4th down and 1 for Buckeye Valley, and I think that will bring on the punt unit. 4th down and 1.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It is a long one. Tough spot, actually, there for Buckeye Valley, and the Arrows will benefit from it. Colton Johnson and Johnny Metzger go back deep. It's always interesting for me to see us send 2 guys back, Tone.
Oh, I kind of like it. You split them left and right, and especially in high school football, these punters aren't known for big hang time or even accurate directional punting. So if you shank one to the right or to the left, great opportunity like this one. Shanked.
Oh, boy. Shanked really short. The Arrows are going to have to watch because that ball bounces at the 44, rolls forward to the 50, down to the 49 in the Arrows territory. So a 22-yard punt for Buckeye Valley, and it was lucky it went that far because in the air it went about 12 yards. Well, from the line of scrimmage, I'll say it that way.
Correct.
And that gives the Arrows the football back with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ashland on top 14-0.
Find all the scores from Football Friday night on the North Central.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
You guys, they'll mark it at the 48-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
A lot of work for 3 yards there.
It sure was. And now they move the spot back to the 49. So we'll give them only 2 yards. The original spot was the 48. Arrows can get one more playoff here for sure if they want. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bryant in the shotgun. I don't know if they're getting anything off here. Bryant's calling out a play. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Looking, nothing. No. End of the first quarter. Arrows on top 14-0 here. We'll be back with more on iHeartRadio.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in. I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape install.
On Fox Sports 1340.
Well, back quickly here. The Arrows with a connection to Sturry downfield. And it's Bryant to Sturry.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
We'll call it that, 24.
I had to do some quick math, Tony. I'm sorry. First down and 10, ball at the 27. Arrows up 14-0 over Buckeye Valley. If you're just joining us here tonight on Fox Sports Radio or on the OH Report, glad to have you here watching or listening. Bryant looking downfield. He's going to launch it into the corner. Incomplete, looking for Sturry down there near the goal line. Just overshot him. Sturry got bumped around the 10-yard line that kept him from breaking free. Bryant showing off that arm here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of deep routes early. 4 streaks, three streaks, and a post. Luke probably throws a better long ball than anyone we've seen in Ashland for a long time. We even saw that last year as a sophomore. Obviously, Luke, a great baseball player as well. Look for Ashland to come back with some shorter routes, some 5 and 10-yard routes, and let these athletes run after the catch.
And there's one bubble screen to McFrederick. Caught at the 31, 30, 25, 20. He's going to walk in. Untouched. 27 yards, Tony, and you called it. They have no answer for these Arrows athletes on the outside.
Yeah, the speed, the dynamic speed between the 4 guys. So when you go across the Ashland front, you got Colton Johnson, track star, Grayson Sturry, track star, Johnny Metzger, going to play at next level, Landon McFrederick, likely to play at next level. I mean, you got so many guys you need to cover. You either drop everyone deep and then you get a screen pass as you do there, or you try to play man-to-man, and you're going to get beat.
Extra point is up, and it's good, and there's a flag. A little extracurricular in there between the Arrows offensive line and the defensive line of Buckeye Valley, and Buckeye Valley may be getting a little frustrated here as they're falling now 21-0. Yeah, one of the things that's impressed me so far from Bryant tonight, he's spreading the field. 3 touchdowns, all, 24, 27, and 27 yards. Johnson, Metzger, and McFrederick.
Yeah, and we saw this last week as well. Bernhard did the exact same thing. McFrederick, touchdown. Sturry, touchdown. Metzger, touchdown. Tyler Sauter got a touchdown from Alex Grissiner later. So there's not one guy on Ashland that you really have to key on to say how we're going to double team him or how we're going to roll the safety over. If you roll the safety to the right, Ashland will go to the left. If you put 2 safeties back, we'll throw screen passes. So right now, the Barons are in trouble.
Arrows up 21-0.
Each week throughout the high school sports season, we will select the iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week, presented by the Neo-Katy Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk, specialized in auto, home, life, and business insurance. Get a free quote, neilkadyinsurance.com. That's neilkadyinsurance.com. See photos and read all about our athletes at WMANFM.com.
Arrows and Barons. A lot of football left here, Tony, but if you're the Barons, you got to get something rolling here quick.
Yeah, quarterback Nathan Huss, 2 for 2 for 20 yards. Obviously, that's not their bread and butter. They want to run the ball. They've had 8 rushing attempts for 19 yards, so doing a good job of limiting the availability of yards through the ground, making the Barons be one-dimensional is exactly what the Arrows want to do. And through the first quarter and early part of the second, they're doing just that.
Arrows will be booting it off from the 45 because of the 15-yard personal foul on the Barons.
I mean, this gives Spots an opportunity to put it through the uprights.
They should give you points for that.
They really should.
They really should. Then it would discourage extracurricular activity on the kickoffs or on the extra points.
Yeah, some of those personal fouls after the kickoffs or on a 2-point conversion seem almost like a wash anyways because it's going to be on the kickoff.
Spots kind of squibs it. It's going to go into the end zone, though. Melfi lets it roll, and it'll be a touchback. The Arrows Stadium here, Community Stadium. We've been doing some construction here, working on a new concession stand, a new entrance, the old plaza getting worked on. The track will be redone at the end of football season. I'm looking down here to my right, seeing the only concession stand open here tonight is full as can be, Tone.
Yeah, brand new scoreboard just put up
yes, beautiful.
A couple weeks ago.
Beautiful digital scoreboard with a video monitor up there. Community Stadium, really a gem in the OCC and in high school football, partially because, Ashland University used to play here as well, but a lot of upgrades and a lot of donors and folks that have helped out.
Yeah, I told the Buckeye Valley coach exactly that. We were talking on the field, and they said, this is beautiful. And I was talking about the shared stadium with Ashland University, but really that was just the bones. It's got a facelift in the last couple of years.
Huss handoff to Richards, and he goes forward for maybe a yard. They'll give him 1 yard. And it's second down and 9. Bernhard in there on the tackle at the defensive end position right now. Nathan.
If you're not going to throw touchdowns,
right.
You might as well stop the quarterback from throwing touchdowns.
This is the first we've seen him on the D-line tonight. I think Coach Cedar held him out saying, let's see how things go when Luke has been great. So wise decision here by Coach. Put him back out there, get him some playing time.
Yeah, why not use the 6'5", 205-pound defensive end / quarterback when he's out there and available? He's going to continue to develop, continue to get stronger. Just his arm length and his ability to make running backs bounce plays is an advantageous piece to Coach Cox's defense.
Screen pass out of the right side. Ritter caught at the 21, wrapped up at the 22, maybe falls forward to the 23. Ritter. They'll give him out to the 23. Third down and 7.
Good job by Johnny Metzger flying out there from that outside linebacker position. He kind of had dropped to the corner to make sure that nothing in the middle was going to come. As soon as he sees the ball released, though, he's flying out there. Johnny Metzger offers from Ashland University to go play football next year and likely more to come.
Well, that's a pretty great spot to go, particularly with the quarterback they got coming, Tone. We can talk about him later. Huss pass to the near side again. Same play. Ritter had it, but he flipped it to his teammate. The ball's loose. That was a little hook and ladder on. I think that Buckeye Valley was thankful and very fortunate to fall on the ball. It was Matt Hall who fell on it. It was a pass to the near side. Ritter caught it, tried to flip it, I think, to Levi Richards on the outside. One of his teammates, it might not have been Richards. It was hard to, it was Richards on the near side. You watch it, if you're watching the OH.REPORT, Richards couldn't handle it. And then, thankfully for the Barons, Matt Hall was there to grab it and just fall on it. Wow.
Yeah. A hook and a ladder is a great timing play that you have to spend a lot of time working on. Even when you get it to work right, it doesn't always work right. That time, just blown up by the corner, coming up quick, not allowing the catch to be clean, and then that makes the pitch back even be more chaotic.
And they're going to punt it away. Back in his own end zone, he steps forward, punted it away. Metzger grabs it at the 45. And he gets away from one tackler to the 40, down the sideline, 33, and he is mauled at the 33. But Metzger with a decent return of 12 yards. And the Arrows will take over deep into Barons territory, Tony, with an opportunity to go up 4 scores here with still 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, sitting on their own 37-yard line going in. Really no answer for the Ashland passing offense.
Now they'll mark it back at the 37, so we'll kind of correct that to an 8-yard return. He must have stepped out at the 37. We might get a running clock here by the time this one's over at the rate we're at right now. Back to pass. Bryant trips left. He's going to go to the near side. Almost picked off. He was looking for Metzger. It's incomplete. And a dangerous pass there, and Landon Freilich was standing right there and just missed the opportunity for an interception, and Buckeye Valley could have used that one.
Just an ill-advised throw. You know, you have man-to-man coverage, and you have a safety over the top, and you have a linebacker dropping.
Yep.
That is Luke Bryant, unfortunately, just thinking, I'm going to go to Johnny on this play before the play even developed. Maybe he had a pre-snap read, but not a ball he should throw again.
Bryant looking. He's going to tuck it and run. And he gets wrapped up around the 35, maybe the 33, falls forward for a couple of extra yards. Good decision there. Landon Freilich in on the tackle. Marked at the 32, gain of 5 for Luke Bryant. So Country gets himself 5 yards.
Yeah, Luke Bryant looking to get out of bounds there. Had an opportunity to cut it back. Probably had a lot more green and opportunity to get more yards, but looking to not get hit, play it safe, and going east and west.
Officials, quick timeout. I think a helmet came off there by Freilich, so he has to check out. Coming in on the other side.
Yeah, and Freilich's frustrated. You know, he was hurt already early in that first quarter. He throws his helmet in that sideline, walks to get some water. Not sure what's going on, but Freilich not happy.
Luke Rinkow checks in for him. Bryant, 3rd down and 5. Arrows. It's a little screen to Spots. Caught at the 31. Gets away from 2 Barons. Now he's inside the 25. First down pickup and a big one. Spots with a stiff arm got away from 2 defenders. The Barons couldn't wrap him up.
Yeah, that's all Caden Spots. Just a 3-yard out route. Should have been tackled for a 3-yard gain, but the big Caden Spots puts his head down, drives through one, rolls off another one to pick up first down yardage.
And I think an injury. Connor Hardman's going to have to check out. So Hardman going to the sideline for the Barons. Maybe a cramp there, not sure, but the officials pointed him off to the sideline. He'll check out, and Levi Richards will check in.
Connor Hardman, another tight end and defensive end, checking out. They're now going to Levi Richards on the defensive line.
The Buckeye Valley, according to my source, Mike Parker, dropping like flies, as he told me. In the shotgun, Bryant hands it off to Spots. Spin move and a beauty. Inside the 20 and a nice gain down to the 18. Pickup of 6. Spots with a nifty move there.
A great backfield spin. Doesn't get the yardage credit afterwards. If that could have opened up, it would have been a highlight for the ages. But still, good job of eluding the tackle, not taking a tackle for a loss, and then picking up another 6, setting up 2nd and 4.
Tony, have you ever called a game in a sauna? Because that's basically what we're doing in here right now.
September 2nd, 2022, I did. I'm going to be 3 pounds lighter before this thing's over.
Yeah, that's both of us, my friend. Ryan in the shotgun, 2nd down and 4. Looking downfield. He's looking to the end zone. Knocked down. He was looking for Metzger, just a little underthrown. He had him open. Garrett Slater with the pass defense, but there's a flag back at the 27. He had him open, Tony, just couldn't quite get him.
Yeah, if you just float that ball out there another 5 yards, put it on the O in the middle of that end zone, Johnny's going to go get it, but thrown just to the back shoulder. Barons are going to get a personal foul, roughing the passer call, and Luke Bryant going to give him an automatic first down and move the ball likely inside the 10 here.
Well, if it can go wrong right now for Buckeye Valley, it is, and the Arrows taking advantage of it. An opportunity to go up 4 scores here in the first half. 7:38 to go in the first half. First down and goal inside the 10. I think the ball is at the 8. Yep, the ball's at the 8. Spots in there now, split to the near side in the slot. Metzger in there, trips to the left, and Bryant the shotgun.
I'm calling QB draw.
Back to pass, looking. He's going to throw it to the left corner of the end zone, looking for Sturry. Incomplete, could have been an interference. A lot of contact, and Grayson wanted the call, and rightfully so. It's incomplete, but they love throwing the ball up in the corner to Sturry.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is if it's incidental contact, no penalty, but if you're turning the shoulders, if the hips get turned, and clearly Grayson got turned there, more contact than is appropriate, should have been a flag. 2nd goal for the Arrows.
That might be one of those, if it's not 21-0 in the first half, maybe that gets called, unfortunately. Metzger split wide left, Sturry to the near side. 2 guys in the backfield.
Going back to that 20 personnel.
Grissinger in the backfield, Tone. Sorry, and it's Bernhardt in there, quarterback, throws it into the near corner, and Sturry can't come up with it. And Bernhardt really does throw a nice fade, but interesting, he puts him in there. Bryant checks out.
Sturry is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. And
Bryant looked like he was rolling there, so Bryant comes back in.
Coach Cedar talked about bringing Nathan in maybe on some running down, so maybe they're trying to play a little bit of making the Barons think what's going on, but you've not shown a running game with Nathan Bernhardt in as quarterback, so Maybe Luke just got dinged up a little bit and needed a play, but yeah, Luke Bryant back in quarterback here on third down.
First and goal.
Not sure why the play clock didn't start earlier either, Tony. They just now started it. So Bryant in the shotgun, I don't quite understand. It's first down and goal. They called well, I've got all kinds of differing information on the board and on the field. Bryant with a keeper. Well, I thought he was a keeper. Spots got the handoff, and he got down to about the 1. So, Tony, I was looking at the down markers, and they had different things than they were both different, and on the scoreboard said something different. So I kind of lost track of it.
What down is it?
I think it's third down and goal.
But we threw one to the corner, and then we threw one here, and then we just ran a play.
But if there was a flag, I don't know. The markers on the field are saying third down. Mr. Paramore here announcing says second down. Either way, we need a yard. Let's just get into the end zone and make it over.
Bernhard back quarterback.
Keeper. He tries to go to the left side. He stops short, Tone.
Which brings up
something and goal.
I think we got an extra down there. I'll be honest. I think we got an extra down.
It's like the Colorado game back in 90, right? Was that 1990? Cordell Stewart and company?
Oh, I won't tell you how old I was on that game. So
all right.
I didn't see that one.
All right, I did. Here we go. Something in goal. Bernhard in the shotgun. Grissinger back there with spots. And a whistle and a flag.
False start. Arrows.
False start on the Arrows. Well, sometimes when you're swapping in and out quarterbacks, that is a challenge for those guys to stay in rhythm.
Well, your cadence is just different. Even if it's the same, ready, down, hut, set, whatever, just the tempo, whether it's just a half a second off, these offensive linemen get trained to fire off
6-yard line
ahead of the snap. So if you get just a little bit ahead of the guy that switched out, not surprised you're getting a procedure penalty here with the quarterback changes.
Tone, I got news for you. Fourth down and goal.
4th and 6 and still going for it.
Fourth and goal. And Brian in the shotgun. 6:22 to go. Arrows up 21-0 here at home in week 3. Back to pass. Bryant looking. Throws it. It's tipped. And McFrederick can't come up with it. Arrows will turn it over on downs. Little crossing route from McFrederick. Good defensive pressure. And the Arrows can't convert.
I think Arrows were their own worst defense there. Too much confusion. Too many good ideas. Too many quarterback changes. Trying to throw fades into the back end of the end zone, trying to run up the middle. Not really sure what they were trying to do. Good job by the Barons. Finally coming up live on defense. Barons need to get a little something going here with 6:17 to go in the second quarter to make this a little bit of a game going into the second half.
First down and 10. Barons will start at the 6.
Ashland High School football on Fox Sports 1340, delivered by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com.
In a shotgun. Puss. Man in motion. It's a handoff right up the middle and falls forward to the 5, maybe the 6, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to lose one, Tony, back to the 5. Richards can't get going.
Trying to go back to that counter play, showing a strong motion to the right and then countering back to the left with a pulling tackle and pulling the guard. Those guards and tackles, though, have to get quicker, and you have to secure the left side of the line. Ashland Arrows doing a good job following those pulling linemen, making confusion in the backfield, resulting in a tackle for loss.
Sophomore defensive lineman Joey Eisenhardt on the tackle for Ashland. 5:40 to go here in the first half. Huth rolls right, almost got sacked in the end zone, got rid of it, caught at the 7, knocked out of bounds out near the 10. That's caught by Brendan Olney. They're going to mark it at the 9. Gain of 4. They're down and 7. Truax on the tackle.
Ball be spotted.
5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Fox Sports Radio and the OH Report here in the house. We did all of our home games. Make sure you tune in next Friday night. Arrows hosting New Philadelphia. The OCC opener. Huss back to pass. 3rd down and 7. He's pressured.
Arrows dropping 8.
He gets away. He throws it downfield. Caught at his 16 and out to the 17. No. Well, they're going to say no catch. Caught and then dropped. Good job by the Arrows not giving up on the play. Great job by Huss to get away from the pressure. And the Barons had an opportunity to move the chains and keep the Arrows from getting another possession potentially here in the first half, but they can't hold on.
Yeah, first incomplete there. Incomplete pass for Nathan Huss. He's 5 for 6, just for 16 yards. He had 3 arrows on him quick. Good job of just by stepping up, finding the open receiver. Made a pretty good throw. We thought it was a pretty good catch, but unable to bring it all the way to the ground. 4th down, going to be punting to the Arrows.
And their own end zone. Short step, short punt.
It's like a knuckleball.
Going to bounce at the 33. And Colton Johnson's going to let it roll all the way down into the Arrows territory, down to the 47-yard line. So it turns out to be a 44-yard punt. Not bad considering in the air it went about 20 yards.
Yeah, Arrows coming out now. You probably have a 5-minute offense in your playbook. A 2-minute offense is kind of a hurry up, run to the line. With 5 minutes, you should have already scripted out maybe 5 or 10 plays here of how do we kill the clock late in the game or late in the half. Throw the ball, run the ball. Arrows should do a good job here, just burning a little bit of time and putting some points up. Already ahead 21-0, 5:14 to go in the second quarter.
Tony, we talked about schedule and last year how the Arrows' first 4 games were really tough. Buckeye Valley starts with a D2, a D1, a D3, and a D2. So really tough here assignment for the Barons the first few weeks of the season before they get into league play. Man in motion, little flip to McFrederick. He catches it on the jet sweep. Now he's into the inside Barons territory and finally wrapped up at the 45-yard line. And on a late flag as well. Colton Johnson jawing downfield. And we'll see. It's with him and Garrett Slater. These teams are getting a little chippy, and it's going to be on the Arrows. They're going to mark it back.
Yeah, gain of 8, but they're going to walk it back another 10.
Yeah, they're not going to, that's 15. They're not going to let them get away with that tonight. Officials definitely, especially at the high school level, they don't let any trash talk go. Very little go, I would say, especially after the play. Arrows need to show a little more discipline there. Ball at the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 17. Trips left. Signal to the near side. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Bryant back to pass. Looking left. Looking downfield. And he heaves it up downfield. Incomplete. I think intended receiver was Colton Johnson. Sturi was over there in the neighborhood as well. Good coverage out there by Andrew Clace and Mitchell Melfi.
Yeah, I don't like that throw for Luke Bryant. You know, too many guys back there. They're in a cover 3. A cover 3 is the time that you throw it underneath or you throw it in the seam right down the middle. You don't throw it out wide. He is smarter than that. He knows that. Even with your Colton Johnson speedster, you can't throw that ball. Should have been an interception.
3rd down and 17. Twins left. Twins to the near side. Spots in the backfield to the sidecar right there, Bryant. Handoff, Spots on the draw. Runs to the near side, cuts it back, and he's out near midfield. They'll mark it down at the 50. Pickup of 10 for Spots. But that still leaves the Arrows with 4th down and 7. And I think they're going to put it away. McFrederick.
4th down and 7 for the Arrows.
A little bit of an inconsistent punter, but Tony, he can absolutely mash it when he gets a hold of it.
Oh, and he can tuck it and run, and he can tuck it and step up into the pocket and throw it. Here on the right hash, I'm keeping my eye on the field side defensive end right now because I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of have a check with me sort of thing with the Landon to say, if that defensive end is coming in hard, pull it and run. You're up big, your defense is playing well, an opportunity to take a chance is right here.
Arrows just get it away before the play clock expires, and McFrederick end over end bounces at the 20 and takes a Barons bounce back to the 22-yard line before it's downed by Ashland. And that's Caden Van Tilburg down there who downs it. And the Barons will have another opportunity. Now, you got to get some points on the board here. Obviously, I keep wanting to say Birmingham, the Barons.
Yeah.
My brain is not fully functional here tonight, apparently, but that's not that different than normal. But Buckeye Valley, the Barons need to get some points going if you're want any chance to win this game tonight.
Well, and there's been no offense to speak of. 10 rushing attempts for 19 yards, so 1.9 per attempt. 5 for 6 throwing, that sounds great, but only 16 yards. So this Arrow defense has done a good job of containing the run, rallying to passes, putting pressure on the quarterback, the youngster, Nathan Huss, the freshman.
That freshman back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, steps to the near side. He's going to tuck it. 25, 28, and he's hit late. And that's going to be on the Arrows, and that is an ill-advised play by Grissinger, who's going to tack on 15 yards. And lucky he doesn't get ejected for that. I think it was Grissinger on the near side. But a poor decision from the Arrows defense there as Huss picked up 7 yards and then the late hit. And I take it back, it was not Grissinger, it was Colton Johnson. So Grissinger was in the area, so my apologies to the Grissinger family. But that was Colton Johnson.
Grissinger was chasing him down from behind.
First and 10 at the 45. The Barons now a little bit on the move with 3:51 to go in the first half. Huss in the shotgun. Only in motion. Back to pass. Huss rolls right, looking downfield. Not much there. He's in trouble. He's going to have to get rid of it. Now down to the right sideline. He steps out of bounds. Yeah, well, that's a freshman mistake.
Yeah, the freshman should know. If you're going to go out of bounds for a loss, just chuck it out of bounds downfield. He runs out of bounds for a loss of 5, though.
No, he knows it. You can know it intellectually, but when you're on the field and those guys are coming at you, I get it as a freshman especially.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure I could do it. You know, not have been trained, not have, like, I know it when I'm playing Madden. I know it on Saturday. When I'm eating wings, watching the Buckeyes, I know, throw it away. Throw it away.
5'11", 175 pounds, and probably a wise decision used to get out of bounds on some level, just not the wisest. Back to pass, Huss. Handoff, Richards, nice cut. Gets past the line of scrimmage by about 1 yard, maybe 2. Given the 42, and Richards with a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 13. Sauter on the stop for the Arrows, the sophomore defensive back playing well this season.
Yeah, Tyler Sauter missed week 1, had an early preseason shoulder injury, had to sit out for the Norway game, but he was cleared to play last week, played real well. Had a touchdown reception late in that game from Alex Grissinger. Ashland probably thinking about some timeouts here if the Barons don't pick up a first down, now under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And a shotgun. Huss, twins right, twins left. Single back on the pistol. Back to pass after play action. He's got a man. He's looking downfield. Caught at the 30 and wrapped up inside the 25. Big catch by Ritter. And that's the biggest play of the game for the Barons. And they will mark it down near the 20-yard line, put it at the 22. It is a gain of 36 yards.
That's good math, Brandon. That's the same
number. Thank you very
36.
much. The Arrows now are in the shadow of their own end zone defensively and are going to have to try to put a stop together here. You got to keep the foot on the gas.
What a great throw there by Nathan Huss, recognizing cover 2, understanding that no one's running with your best receiver, throwing it deep over the middle. If he doesn't come up with it, no one else is going to do it. But Brady Riddler coming down with it.
Handoff to Richards. He's up to the 21. Gain of, we'll call it 2, a short 2, maybe 1.5 yards. 2nd down and long coming up for the Barons as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half.
It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Barons. Ball will be spotted on the Ashland 21-yard line.
21-0 Arrows on top as we approach halftime. Brennan Wells and Tony Van Dyne here on the action. 2nd down and long. Call it 9. Huss in the shotgun. Single receiver to the near side. Twins to the right. Single back in the pistol formation. Huss. Hands off. Richards tries to cut it outside. He does. He's inside the 15, down to the 14. And it's a gain of 7. A big pickup on 2nd down. Gives 3rd down and 2 and a manageable one for the Barons.
Arrows bringing pressure from the right side. Unfortunately, the Barons running to the left. Lots of room. Good job by that offensive line, kind of crashing down on the defensive end, making some room for your running back, Levi Richards, to bounce it outside to pick up that 7 and really making 3rd down very manageable. 3rd and 3.
Huss and the Barons wanting to score, but also wanting to run this clock down as much as possible.
Yeah, sitting now with 1 minute to go, just 10 on the play clock, might need to take a timeout. And really for the Ashland defense, just having the longest sustained drive for the Barons, Ashland defense may want to think about taking a timeout just to regroup and get some water.
High snap. Huss going to keep it. Goes to the right side. He's inside the 10, and I think they've got the first down. They do. It'll be a 1st down. We'll see if it's 1st and goal or if they'll be able to get a 1st down. They're just inside the 10, so 49 seconds to go in the first half. Huss and the Barons driving, threatening to score. 1st and goal coming up. 2 timeouts remaining for Buckeye Valley, I believe.
Yeah, really an important drive here with the last 44 seconds. Clock still running. If the Arrows can continue the shutout early, they can go into the halftime with a 21-point lead. The Barons obviously trying to get off that 0 mark, bringing it manageable and making the second half a lot more interesting.
Huss, back to pass, pressure coming. He steps up in the pocket, tries to throw it away. Instead, actually almost had a man. And it's incomplete at the 5-yard line.
Intended there for Matt Hall. Just a floater, though. Too much pressure from the Arrow defense to get enough juice behind that. Lucky just to throw it away. Bring on up second down.
Dangerous throw there. And he had just enough juice to get it out of bounds or in contention for Hall to catch it.
Yeah, sometimes, you try to get it out there, but that floater just doesn't fly as far as you think. And before you know it, a linebacker or a corner or a safety is kind of running full speed and takes it back 80 yards. Last week, the Barons were down on their 1-yard line, ended up fumbling it, ran it back 99 yards. So the Barons trying to not replay what happened last week and turn this long drive inside the 10 now into points.
Second goal. Plus to shotgun. Handoff. No, keeper. He falls. The Arrows have it. They could have scooped and ran all the way, but they fall on it, and the Arrows will just be happy to fall on it. I think it was Sauter who came up with it. Tyler Sauter. Check the replay.
That's probably the second or third time that we've seen that counter play. This time, pulling it. Nathan Huss trying to roll out to go back for a pass. Defense ripping out that arm, stripping it, getting the fumble. 19 seconds to go. Arrows probably likely just taking a knee here. Lucky and fortunate to still have a 0 on the board.
Sauter was the man on the spot with the recovery. And the Arrows are going to pitch a shutout here in the first half. It looks 19 seconds left. They got Twins left, Twins near side.
They may take
Single
a shot.
back as the bands are approaching on the far side. And a whistle and a flag. Pre-snap penalty, false start.
That's going to be penalty number 9 on the Arrows in the first half. 65 penalty yards. Most of them just false starts on the offensive line.
You can beat teams that aren't very good when you make penalties, but when you get into the OCC, they cannot commit 9, 10, 15, whatever penalties.
What we thought last week was bad. Ashland, I think, was at 8 or 9 penalties for 60 yards. That was one of the things that, the coaching staff said, hey, even after a big win, we can clean things up.
Uh-oh, tipped. Caught, intercepted at the 5-yard line. Bryant tried to throw the bubble screen, and an amazing play. Connor Hardman tips it up to himself, caught at the 5-yard line. First and goal, Barons. And that could not have turned any worse unless Hardman had just caught it and ran in. But a tremendously athletic play. And Bryant and the Arrows turn it back over. I think it was my fault. I said the Arrows are going to pitch a shutout in the first half.
And that may be your fault. I just said take a knee. So I'm still going to hold like you should have just taken a knee. But that was almost circa Lala Owens from Mansfield Senior. You get that big defensive end out there, get a hand up, it flies straight up in the air. Good interception. Good job by the offensive tackle who was trying to make the block, just bringing them down. But the Barons sitting on their own on the 5-yard line, looking to score. Just 13 seconds to go. So you're probably only looking at 2, maybe 3 plays if they play it right.
10 on the play clock. First and goal at the 5. Barons going right to left. Huss in the shotgun. Rolls right. They roll the pocket. He's looking into the end zone. He throws into the end zone. Caught. And it's a touchdown, Barons, with 7 seconds remaining. And a big play there for the Barons as they take advantage of it. Garrett Carey, the wide receiver out on the outside, and the Barons are in business. Points off turnovers, always a big story, Tone, and there's one right there.
Yeah, that drive took 6 seconds on just the one play, but it's the roll of the dice. When you roll your offense out there with 13 seconds to go, you're thinking, hey, we have the opportunity to really put this away. How are we going to do that? A big screen play, a big play down the field. Also, it can go back on you for Sean Cedar, and it goes bad.
Alex Landis coming out to kick. Well, she'll be kicking the extra point here with 7 seconds to go for Buckeye Valley. Saw her warming up, and she had quite a strong leg.
That's correct. That is a female Alex.
There it is. It's kicked. It's low, but I think it sneaks over the post. It's good. So a low snap. She got it out of there with 7 seconds to go. It's 21-7. Arrows on top.
Ashland High School football on Fox Sports 1340 delivered.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
And we've lost connection here.
Arrow fans, our spirit shed is open.
Well, sorry if we're having a little technical difficulty there back at the station.
Brand new area, the
21-7.
T-shirts along with several.
I think we're back on the air. Had a little bit of a connection issue, but if you missed it, Arrows with an interception. Unfortunately, on the offensive side, Buckeye Valley punches it in on a little touchdown pass into the corner of the end zone, the front corner. And there it is, 21-7 with 7 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Buckeye Valley not putting up a whole lot of yards in that first half, 35 yards through the ground, 57 yards through the air, 1 touchdown pass. You don't have to put up a lot of yards, though, when you take possession at the 5-yard line. So opportunity here for Ashland maybe to get a little bit of lightning in a bottle with 7 seconds. I would expect the Barons just to kick it either out of bounds or squib it, not giving anyone from the Arrows return team an opportunity.
Colton
Johnson and McFrederick deep. We'll see what they do. Landis kicks it short and wisely bounces around the 30. That's grabbed by Souter. 35, 40, tries to break it outside. He's wrapped up at the 42 with 1 second on the clock. Nope, that'll be it. End of the half, I believe. And nice return there by Tyler Sauter, who also is a pretty good offensive weapon, but as a sophomore, he's got a lot of guys out in front. All right, Tone, quick thoughts on the first half. 21-7. The Arrows played well in spurts, but could be up more.
Yeah, probably should be up more. Probably should be up 28-0, if not a little bit more. Kind of a clunky last drive for the Ashland Arrows. Should have punched it in. Kind of a couple throws that were errant, couple running plays that didn't really seem organized. And then the interception by the Barons that they punched in, making it really, a 14-point game, 21-7. So a little bit of life for Buckeye Valley. Ashland needs to go back in and get back to what was successful. Throwing the ball. They need to go away from the deep ball. They need to find some crossing routes, screen passes to Landon McFrederick, some passes to spots. That's where they were moving the ball.
And talk with our producer, Daniel Dunbar, back at the station. We did miss the touchdown on the radio side. If you missed it over on the OH report, or you could have seen it maybe on the OH report, but we got it back together. So just to give you an idea what happened, to recap that, Arrows came up with a turnover on the defensive side, got the ball back, and with 19 seconds decided, let's go for it. We're going to see what we can do. They roll out, they throw a little bubble screen, and it's tipped up and caught on the defensive side, picked off. 1 play later, and they punch it in.
Yeah, the defensive end for the Barons just made a great play, just kind of punching it up to himself. Ball flies up 5-10 feet. He grabs it and gets tackled by the defensive tackle immediately, but set up the Barons on the 5-yard line and punched it in pretty easily. So pretty solid first half. It feels deflating because you should have put another one in and then you gave up one. So instead of being up 28, you're up 14, but you should still feel really confident. Luke Bryant, the junior quarterback, playing pretty well. Defense continues to play well, getting pressure. They need to continue to find ways to get pressure on this Baron quarterback as well.
Arrows on top, 21-7 here at the half. We'll be back with more after this break here on iHeartRadio.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
here at Community Stadium. Arrows on top, 21-7. And it was 21-0 before giving up a late touchdown. Let me give you a look at the scoring rundown here in the first half. If you're tuning in on iHeartRadio or if you're over on the OH Report, it started off with a 24-yard touchdown. You know what? Let's do this instead. Let's give you the stats, and then we'll come back and I'll give you the rundown on all of the drives, the scoring drives, Tony.
Sure. Ashland Arrows, rushing the ball 41 yards, passing 175. Just the one turnover late in the second quarter, resulting in the one touchdown by the Barons. One play later, lots of penalties by the Arrows. 9 penalties already for 65 yards. On the other side, the Barons having some problems offensively moving the ball, rushing just for 35 and 57 through the air. Total of just 92. 2 turnovers on fumbles. 2 penalties for the Barons for 20 yards. So individually, Luke Bryant for the Arrows, 9 for 20 for 155 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns and just that 1 interception. Caden Spots, 29 yards, rushing the ball. Receiving the ball, Johnny Metzger's got 29. Landon McFrederick's at 86. Colton Johnson, 1 catch for 25. Over on the Barons side, Nico House doing a good job. 7 for 9 for 57 yards. 1 touchdown. Levi Richards running hard for the Barons, 29 yards on 11 attempts. And Garrett Slater, just 1 attempt for 2 yards.
Now let's take a look at the scoring summary from the first half. Started out with a 24-yard touchdown pass from Luke Bryant to Colton Johnson. That made it Arrows 7-0. Followed up by a Bryant to Metzger touchdown pass, 27 yards, 14-0 Arrows. And then Luke Bryant with his 3rd touchdown pass of the first half to McFrederick, also 27 yards, made it 21-0. And then back-to-back turnovers by each team led to a 5-yard touchdown pass, Huss to Garrett Carey, and that's where we stand, 21-7 at the half. Tony, we saw Luke Bryant out there. We saw Nathan Bernhardt just briefly in a couple of attempts. It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Cedar decides to do here in the second half.
Yeah, Nathan Bernhardt got the keys to the game in the middle of the Norway game on week 1 with Luke Bryant going down in the second quarter. Nathan Bernhardt had a nice game last week, did a good job, really just kind of torching the Marion Presidents. But going back to the junior, Luke Bryant, playing, throwing 9 for 20 for 155 yards and 3 touchdowns. Really can't complain about it, but he has missed some guys over the middle, or he's taking shots down the field where there's, double coverage or triple coverage. The defense for Ashland has played pretty well as well. That late second quarter turnover really, should have sealed the first half and put Ashland up 21-0. Coach Cedar runs the offense out there, being aggressive, throwing a quick screen pass that got intercepted for the 1 touchdown for the Barons. I still think Luke Bryant's going to be the guy. The no reason with just 1 interception, and that was on a tip ball to pull him out. But, Nathan Bernhardt, obviously a very talented kid, the freshman, 6'5", maybe more, looks the part, but Luke at this point has the keys.
We'll take one more halftime break here, and we'll be back with the second half. Please stay tuned. 21-7, a lot of action left to go. And tuning in here on iHeartRadio or on the OH Report. Back with more right after this last break here at the half. Back with more.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
To get underway here in the second Community Stadium, the Ashland Arrows 21, the Buckeye Valley Barons 7. Tony, second half adjustments if you're Buckeye Valley. They're going to get the ball, I believe, to start the second half, if my memory serves correct.
Yeah, they will. I don't know if there's a whole lot of adjustments that Buckeye Valley can make. They want to run the ball. They want to be aggressive up front and then run play action off that. They've got to just start to dominate up front offensively. Ashland defense doing a good job getting pressure, making things happen in the backfield, even getting after their freshman quarterback, Nathan Huss. You got to get to running the ball if you're the Barons.
Arrows, meanwhile, played pretty well defensively, like you said, and special teams weren't bad. They've made some improvements from week one. He went from 61 to 28 to 47 to 7, and now you're up 21 to 7. But the Arrows are still a little sloppy, Tone.
Yeah, and it was 7 to 9 last week at halftime. So, Ashland did a better job of jumping out to an aggressive start. It almost felt like they lost their energy, though, after they were up 21. They kind of went into coast mode. They kind of went into, this is going to be a rollover game that we just need to go back out there and run our offense out there. We're going to score touchdowns. Buckeye Valley stands up, makes a goal line stand on, what we thought was fourth down, maybe fifth and goal, ends up putting points on the board late in the second quarter. So Ashland needs to kind of get back into an aggressive style of offense. Offensive line has to continue to give quarterbacks time, running backs time, making plays, putting more points on the board.
Why don't we take a look at some of the scores around the area? I got the update from Aaron Hines on WNAN. He's down at Mansfield Senior, and they are down 21 to nothing to Massillon. Now, Massillon, Washington, always an incredible performance. I should say always an incredible team and program down there, much like a lot of college programs. What about the other scores around the area?
Well, yeah, to go back to Mansfield Senior, I'm sure Chucky Bradley is going to make some adjustments. He's got too much talent down there with Amar Davis and Bradley, Lala Owens, Ricky Mills. He's not going to let that shutout continue. But Worcester General is up 14-0 at home against New Philadelphia. We're going to see them next week as they travel here to Ashland. West Holmes up big over Licking Valley, 49 to nothing right now at half.
Wow.
Well,
wait, say that again?
49 to nothing.
At the half?
At the half.
Oh, boy.
And how
West
about
Holmes is a juggernaut this year.
Yeah, in week one, West Holmes put up 41 at Triway, and then they put up 51 at Orrville. They finally get a home game, and they put up a 49 spot at the break. So they're going to be under a running clock, at least for this game, if not for most of the season.
Wow. West Holmes going to be a force to reckon with, and definitely the favorite, them and Mansfield Senior, I think. And, we'll see both of them later in the season. Don't forget, next week, the Arrows will be here on Friday night against New Philadelphia.
Two more for you.
Yes, sir.
Lexington Minutemen down 0-31. They're behind big against Clear Fork at the half.
The Colts are just walloping the Minutemen. Well, third straight year with a new coach for Lexington. That's hard to do. With a different coach, I should say.
And then Crestview Cougars just coming out of halftime, 24-3 over the Highland Fighting Scots.
Boy, Crestview just keeps rolling. Coach Steve Haberdale, if you listened in the pregame, we had him talking about his guys, Addison Reimer and Hayden Kuhn. Quite a staff, or quite a group that they have down there. Well, up there, I should say.
Up there, yeah. And they're creating a culture. So it's not just that they've had one good season. They've had successful seasons. Guys that are now in 6th grade and 7th grade have seen success. They've seen deep playoff runs. These guys are now excited to come to workouts. They're excited to hit the weight room. So now you're getting freshmen coming in looking and playing like sophomores and juniors. And in a smaller school, you can really dominate. And that's what they're doing up there in Crestview.
Well, we're underway here in the second half. Arrows kicking it away, and Ritter grabs it at the 10. 15, actually it's Melfi, 20, 25. And he's still rumbling forward, out past the 30, down at the 31-yard line. Decent territory and a nice, decent field position, I should say, and a pretty good return for Melfi. The Arrows defense will come out here for the first time in the second half.
Nathan Huss comes back out again, this freshman quarterback.
Yeah, what'd you think of him in the first half?
Pretty solid. I kind of expected a little bit more of an elusive quarterback, someone that was maybe going to tuck it and run a little bit more. He's kind of a small little guy out there, but he started 5 for 5. He's now 7 for 9 for 57 yards. Like, you really can't complain.
Hasn't hurt him.
Hasn't hurt the team. Makes some good reads. He did have the one fumble late in that second quarter, but it didn't hurt him because they got it back that next play on that Arrow interception.
And the shotgun handoff. Richards, 40-45, out to the 48-yard line, gain of 17. Levi Richards on the first play from the line of scrimmage here in the second half. And here comes the Barons, quickly up to the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. Single receiver to the far side, 2 to the near. Richards is deep in that shotgun in the pistol. Huss looking to the sideline now. They liked what they saw on this Arrows defensive formation, so they got quickly up to the line of scrimmage. And an interesting adjustment back in the shotgun.
I always like watching that first play coming out of halftime because the coaches have been talking about what's the one thing we can do. Gouge them there for 17.
There it is, another run right up that right side between the center and the right guard. He's up to the 48. That's a gain of 4.5. Truax on the carry. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, it looked like Buckeye Valley was going to go into a little bit of a hurry up there. They got to the line so quick. They almost had a play in mind, but it was kind of a check with me. Looking back over to the coaches, slowing things down just a little bit. I think they actually do want to run the ball and slow the game down. They don't want to get into a track meet and see who can score more points against this Ashland Arrows offense.
In the shotgun, sidecar to the near is Richards. It's a keeper up the middle. Huss cuts it out to the right side. He's to the 45. He's really close to the first down marker. He's at the 43, gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Made by number 33, Tyler
Sauter in on the tackle for the Arrows. So a big 3rd down early on in the second half for this Arrows defense.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Barons are already thinking, 2 downs, already on the 43-yard line, almost in that midfield spot. Their punter not really hitting booming shots here tonight. So with 3rd and 1, I would have 2 play calls in mind right now.
Arrows bring everybody up in the box. Handoff. Richards gets through it. 1st down inside the 40. Still moving forward down to the 36-yard line. They'll call it the 37. Gain of 6. And he had one man to beat there. Good tackle downfield there by Caden Pyatt, who kept moving and finally brought him down.
I think Ashland had at least 8 guys in the box, if not 9 guys by the time that ball was snapped, which means everyone's attacking the gap, which means if they're coming to your gap, you need to make the tackle. Good job by bringing down that big Levi Richards there.
And the shotgun. Huss. Handoff. Richard. Nope. Play action. Rolls right. Looking deep downfield. Instead goes to the underneath route. And dropped at the 30-yard line.
Complete.
2nd down and 10 on the far side. I couldn't see the intended receiver. It's going to be Freilich on the far side who couldn't come up with it. Had it and dropped it. 2nd down and 10. They like to roll Huss out of the pocket to give him a little better view. If you're thinking of guys like Baker Mayfield and some of the shorter quarterbacks where you try to move the pocket. We saw some of that last night with Austin Brenner with the Eagles. In the shotgun, Huss. Hands off, Richards. And he's stood up at the line of scrimmage and still moving forward, and a lot of activity in there. And he'll call it down to the 36, gain of 1. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9 coming up for the Barons.
Barons trying to be an aggressive, going back to that 1st down play, taking a shot downfield. When you don't get it, you set up yourself in 2nd and long, and now that defense makes one play on 2nd down, setting up another 3rd and long. So although you're trying to take advantage of, a little bit of play action for the Barons, you really set yourself up in a disadvantaged spot on 3rd down here.
And the shotgun, Huss. You got to get 4 or 5 here if you're the Barons. Rolls right, little screen out to the right side. Caught. Big yardage, 30, 25. Inside the 20, keeps pulling forward inside the 15, or down near the 15. Connor Hardman on the catch. They'll mark it at the 15, I believe, maybe the 16. 16, it's a gain of 20 from Huss to Hardman. Under 9 minutes to go, and the Barons coming out with an offensive game plan that's working.
Yeah, Buckeye Valley just caught Ashland in a blitz there. Huss just dropping back, letting that defense come. That only opens up the amount of running space that tight end has to operate. Good job just floating it over that defensive line, letting your big guy go to work.
Handoff. Richards up the middle, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
Tripped up by
and the Barons have not rolled over.
8-yard gain on the play.
Trying to see somebody limped off the field there for the Barons on the far side. Hard to see from this far away. Our spotter, Jerry Cowley, not in the booth tonight. He hasn't been here all season. Where are you, Jerry? Hello, Jerry. In the shotgun. Huss. One man behind him. Richards. Single receiver to the far side. Play action. Rolling right. Looking into the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage in the last second for the Arrows. McFrederick was in the area on the defensive side.
Yeah, Landon makes an incredible play just to get back to that ball. Huss rolling out, throwing it across the middle, wide open. He probably should have thrown it more towards the goalpost than towards the sideline. If he could have actually just redirected his receiver to the other way, that would have been a Baron touchdown for sure. But bringing him back to the sideline because that's the way the route was going. Landon puts on the brakes, drives on the ball, gets his hand in there just enough to bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 2. Ball at the 8. 8:14 to go in the third quarter. Arrows up 21-7. First drive of the second half, and it's been a good one for Buckeye Valley. Huss looking left. Now he hands it off. Coming around the outside of the 10. Puts his head down, falls forward. Richards not going to get it. He's going to be knocked back to the 10. And a loss of 2. It'll be 4th down and 4, Tone, and a big play coming up.
Yeah, wonderful job by the Ashland Arrow defense, just forcing the play to continue to bounce. Keep that play going outside, because eventually that outside contain is going to come in and help you out. Richards puts his head down, tries to kind of run through a guy, unable to get so going to set up a big 4th down.
4th and 5, they marked it at the 11.
That's a favorable spot for the Arrows.
Indeed.
It'll be a loss of 3 then.
They're at the near hash. 4th and 5, 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Biggest play of the ball game so far coming up. Single receiver far to the right. Single back is Richards. Huss in the shotgun. Man in motion. Huss, they move the pile. Whistle and a flag.
Delay of game, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think they got it off, and that's a big one. 5 yards moving back, so 4th and 10. Wow.
Yeah, Matt Stevens saved his quarterback in the first half by calling a timeout with that play clock running down. That time, Coach Stevens probably just not kind of paying attention, has his mind and his eyes on some different things. Going to move him back 5 yards, setting up an even harder 4th down.
16-yard line.
Ball at the 16. 4th down and 10. Now you've really got a bit different option. You know they're going to pass the ball here.
Yeah, and at this point, you're probably thinking, let's do a either play action, either boot us out, or a screen play, trying to take advantage if Ashland's becoming overly aggressive.
Twins right, single to the near side. Roll the pocket to the right. Pressure coming. Huss is in trouble. Grissinger can't get him. He's at the 20. He's going to have to launch it up into the end zone. He throws it up. Intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone. And a big play for the Arrows. Number 48, Gunnar Lacey, dropped back into coverage and makes the pick.
How about the freshman going to work, staying back, not getting invited to come up on that blitz, understanding that his assignment's to cover that middle of that field. Gunnar elevates. Nice interception.
Looking for Brady Ritter in the end zone. And actually, as a freshman for Huss, that's what you had to do on 4th down and long. He learned from his mistake earlier, and he just threw it up.
Yeah, we have an injured Arrow on the field as well.
An injured Arrow down on the far side at the 20-yard line. And he's getting up. Courtney Turner out there checking on him.
That's the freshman.
And that's Nathan Bernhardt. So Bernhardt hobbling off, and a big basketball player as well. Bernhardt, who played a few snaps here tonight at quarterback, started last week at quarterback. Looks like he's favoring the right ankle. Tony, do you know that the new method that they use?
I knew you were going to bring this up. Go for it.
Is not rice. That's what we grew up with.
I didn't know. Okay, go ahead.
Which was rest, ice compression, elevation. The new physical therapy for an ankle is meth.
Oh, gosh.
I kid you not. Movement, elevation, traction, and heat.
All right.
Our friends at UH Samaritan have taught me that. Brian Finger and company that run physical therapy. Meanwhile, Arrows football 1st down and 10. Hand off to Spots. He breaks through. 25, 30, 35. He's still on his feet and knocked down at the 37. Gain of 17 for Caden Spots. Big play coming out of the turnover on downs.
Nice run right up the gut. 17 yards for the Arrows first play. Just like Barron's making some adjustments, making some discussions with that offensive line, saying, hey, this is how they're attacking us. This is how we're lining up. Good job by Spots hitting that hard, running north and south.
Caden Spots
on a short run up the middle on 1st down. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
I thought you were going to talk about the cramping and putting ice on your stomach.
Oh, we saw that yesterday, too.
That was a new one to me. Yeah, we're watching Ashland Eagle football. Lots of guys going down with cramps, hot day, first full season game. Lots of guys grabbing ice bags, putting them on their abs, on their stomach, just to cool their core and get rid of cramps.
Bryant in the shotgun. Handoff. Spots near side 40. And he reaches out to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 6 on 2nd down and long. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Arrows. 6 minutes and change to go in a third.
3 running plays to start this drive. 17-0 and no gain and a gain of 6. So Ashland finding something or seeing something on the film going into that halftime to say, hey, we can run the ball. Spots now going out wide. Ashland going 5 wide.
3rd and 3. We're going 5 wide. Trips left. Twins to the near side. Back to passes. Bryant throws a little screen to the near side. Caught by Spots at the 45. He rumbles forward to the 50. He's into Barron's territory at the 49. It's a pickup of 7 and an Arrows first down.
I think we've seen that play once before. Almost the same thing. Spots just runs a little 3-yard out, catches it quick, and then gets north and south, understanding that most cornerbacks aren't going to knock him back and drive him back. He has the opportunity to put his foot in the ground, cut it back, or that time just lean forward and get that first down.
Under 6 minutes to go. Twins left. Twins to the near side. Spots sidecar to the right of Bryant. Play action, looking on the quick slant. He's got Metzger, caught, fumbled, got it back. He bobbled it and regained possession. He's down inside the 40, down to the 35. It's a pickup of 14 and another Arrows first down.
It's like Johnny caught it, almost like went to cut back and popped the ball straight up on his knee pad, but then regained it, tucked it away, secured it. Good job by Johnny, keeping the focus on the ball, making sure you get it, and then getting yards after the catch.
Very fortunate to hold on to that one. Arrows moving quickly. Truax in motion, going from the near side to the far side. Handoff, Spots around the left edge. Cuts it back to the middle. He's inside the 30, and that's where he'll be brought down by a handful of Barons. And a nice gain of 5 will bring up 2nd down and 5.
The thing I like about that Johnny Metzger play, that's probably the first time we've seen a slant play over the middle. Not a deep route, not a deep post route. That was just a little 5-yard slant and hitting them quick. And again, getting the ball out to your athletes and letting your athletes make plays in space is how the Arrows need to continue to work their offense.
Truax and Metzger to the near side. Shotgun snap. Handoff. Nope. Keeper by Bryant. Left side. He's inside the 20, down around the 19, and it's a pickup of 11. Luke Bryant on the keeper, and a good little read play there by Luke Bryant.
Yeah, not a lot of counter plays or pull plays that are even in Ashland's playbook. That time, both defensive ends coming hard. I thought they were going to hand it to Spots right up the middle. He was going to have a nice little game there.
Well, me too. That's what I called.
Even better job by Luke pulling the ball, getting north and south.
Bryant throwing to the end zone. Incomplete and a dangerous throw there. Not open. He was looking for Grayson Stewart in the near corner. Couldn't get it to him.
Off the coverage.
Arrows narrowly dodging what could have been a very big turnover there. Bryant threw it up for grabs in the corner.
Yeah, safety playing over the top. Never open. Grayson Stewart was never open. He's been targeted 5 times, just the 1 catch on his first target. He's got a touchdown on the 24-yard reception. Keep going back to him because he's a speedster, but when he's not open, you can't throw it to him.
Garrett Slater, the coverage, and good coverage. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 19. Arrows in the red zone. Bryant. It's Truax in motion. Handoff, Spots met in the backfield. Gets away from one defender, but not going to get away from the rest. He does manage to fall forward down to the 18. A gain of 1. 3rd down and 9 coming up for Ashland. And a whistle, and we got a man down for the Barons.
I will say this about Caden Spots. He does not go down easy.
He does not.
He does not go down in the backfield. Like there is a level of pride to not giving up a run for a loss that Caden must have in his being. Even though he's hit 2 yards in the backfield, spins off him, has another Baron run into him. He drags him another yard before finally falling down.
Man down, I think with a cramp is Connor Hartman out there, I believe, and he's getting stretched out. We talked about it last night on the Eagles broadcast, and it's happening a little bit here tonight. Ashland High School football on Fox Sports 1340, delivered by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com.
It didn't feel that warm out there at halftime. It's warm in this box, but again, 3rd game. A lot of these guys, a lot of Barons have gone down. Maybe some backups are playing for the first time. Playing JV is a little bit different than playing on a Friday night. So getting stretched out. I'm sure he'll be up here in just a moment.
4:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 9 will be what the Arrows are facing coming out of the injury situation here. Cloverleaf up 14-0 on Black River.
Find all the scores from Football Friday night on the North Central State College High School football scoreboard at our website, WNCOAM.com. NC State, where the quality is high, the tuition is low, and you don't have to leave home to go far.
You got a couple other scores for us, Tony.
Yeah, Norway Bobcats, who Ashland lost to in week 1, they fell last week. They're up right now over Clyde 20-6 in the fourth quarter. Worcester still taking care of business against New Philadelphia 14-0 still in the third quarter.
Hardman being basically dragged off to the side. I only laugh because I've been there and I've had those cramps before on the field, and it is incredibly painful, but it's also a little funny to watch because you know they're okay.
And you can get the double cramp where like if you stretch it out one way, the other muscle cramps, and like there's nothing to do other than get to the sideline and get some stretching.
3rd and 9 pitch. McFrederick 15, 10. Inside the 5, and a big run down to the 4-yard line. Pick up a 14 for Landon McFrederick. With 4:11 to go, the Arrows are going to be 1st down and goal. And that goes as a forward pass. Yeah. So Bryant to McFrederick for 14 yards.
Second time we've seen that play tonight, too. Good job just getting Landon the ball in space, letting him get to the edge, and then run up that sideline.
Arrows in the shotgun. 2 running backs. McFrederick and Spots back there on each side of Bryant. Handoff, Spots behind the left side. He's in. Caden Spots from 4 yards out. 27-7. I like that play call, Tony.
Well, that goes back to the 20 personnel, the 2 running backs that we saw last week against Marion Presidents. It was a much more intentional. I'll use that. Last time we were down here inside the 20, we tried to throw one to the corner. We tried to throw another one to the corner. We tried a QB kind of half belly run. That time, let's put our 2 running backs, our 2 athletes back there, cross them, hand it to Spots.
Spots, extra point, up and good. 3:46 to go in the third. Take a quick break. 28-7. Back with more after this on iHeartRadio.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
On Fox Sports 13-4.
28-7 here at home. Brandon Wells and Tony Van Dyne here on iHeartRadio and over on the OH Report. Tony, big score there for the Arrows after they come up with the interception, come back down and score, and a 21-point lead.
Yeah, good job by Caden Spots, just really taking care of business on that drive. Rushes of 17, 6, 5, and then finally punching it in there for a rush of 4-yard touchdown. One time over the middle. Good pitch and catch to Johnny Metzger to keep a drive going, 14 yards. Landon McFrederick also a nice little toss catch. What do you do? Shuffle pass. Shuffle pass for 14 yards. So
you got it.
Pretty effective drive there for Ashland. Good job by the coaching staff making the halftime adjustments against this barren defense.
Spots kicks it short. Melfi grabs it at the 10. Now comes with a near hash, 15. Trying to cut it outside, 20, 25. And wrapped up right there. Ethan Truax in on the tackle for the Arrows, along with, let's see, it's Josh Pancake in on the tackle as well.
Josh Pancake.
First time we've called Pancake's name this season, or at least tonight, rather. Arrows with some good special teams. 3:38 to go in the third quarter, 28-7. Arrows on top here as Buckeye Valley comes out.
Looks like freshman Nathan Bernhard went out last defensive possession. He's up and moving on that defensive sideline. Not going to start this possession, but he looks available.
Might have taped up that ankle. Got himself ready to roll just in case. In the shotgun is Huss. Trips right. Single to the near side. Nathan Huss, freshman quarterback, catches it. Throws the screen out to the right side. Caught at the 23, 25, 30, 32, 33-yard line. And a nice pickup on first down. All the way out to the 34. Gain of 9. Garrett Carey, the receiver.
Gaden Pyatt
Caden Pyatt in on the tackle there for the Arrows.
Nathan Huss probably doesn't have the strongest arm that we've seen, but does a good job of getting out there. Good job by the wide receivers blocking, giving a little bit of time and space, and then good job by Carey there, just getting north and south, getting 9 yards, setting up a manageable second down.
Huss in the shotgun, single back behind him. Handoff. Breaks through, first down and then some for Buckeye Valley. Richards tries to cut it outside. He gets out to the 39-yard line. He's brought down. Gain of 5. First down and 10 coming up for the Barons.
Good tough run there for Levi, just going up the middle, kind of looking for space. He kind of sees something to the left side. He bounces it out for a couple more yards, getting the first down.
Huss and the Barons quickly up to the line of scrimmage, down 3 scores. 2:45 to go in a third. Rolls right. Pressure coming from Truex on the backside. Huss gets riveted, or he would have got killed. Caught at the 45. No whistle. He kept rolling. I think he thought he stepped out of bounds. And now what do we got?
And a penalty flag.
A flag. The referees did not blow a whistle. Not sure what happened there on the far side.
I mean, Ethan Truex got the blitz call from the backside. Gave him tons of pressure. Probably going to get him on a push late after the throw.
Well, and he caught it around the 45, but I think he thought he was out of bounds.
They gave him out of bounds.
I think they gave him some yards, and then a 15-yarder on top of it, and a big penalty. The Arrows had been penalty-free for a little bit here, Tone, and now...
You're going to call that a catch? I'm okay if you do.
Well, what did they mark it? They mark it at the 46, so it's no catch because the ball was at the 39. You're right, Tone, because that's 15 yards. Quick math. First down and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. Tony is the color analyst and the statistician. In the shotgun, Huss. Pressure coming from Metzger. Pushes him out of the pocket. He's going to have to get rid of it. He lobs it out of bounds. And a big hit coming afterward. But Huss does the wise thing. We talked about that earlier, too. But the freshman learning his mistakes on the run.
Yeah, and the rollout is often going to his right side. So the pressure keeps coming from the right side. That's the second time that Cox brings pressure. They need to switch the side that pressure's coming from and bring it from the strong side. So you're blitzing into the rollout, not away from it. Our athletes are talented. They're extremely fast. They're giving Huss a hard time. You can almost hear the footsteps in the background, I'm sure, as he's rolling out. But I would much rather blitz into his face and really force the action.
Hand off to Richards up the middle. He gets through the initial contact, and he's out near the 45 of the Arrows. Mark it down at the 44. Gain of 2. Third down and 8 coming up for Buckeye Valley. 2:20 and counting remaining here in the third quarter. Arrows up 28-7. Good stop by Cooper Smith for that defensive tackle position, the sophomore. 5'10", 225-pounder.
Yeah, we don't talk enough about those guys. Caden Briggs, Caden Pyatt, and Cooper Smith.
That's pretty typical, though, of a three-man front. You often don't call their names.
It's kind of like the offensive line. Like you only get noticed when you're doing something wrong. So if you're not doing anything wrong and the offense isn't moving the ball, it means you're doing a great job out there, fellas.
Huss in the shotgun. Back to pass. Pressure coming. He's going to have to roll to the near side, Tone. In trouble. Going to have to roll. He's going to have to throw it. He's in trouble. Now he rolls back to the right, lobs it downfield. He's got a man caught at the 33. That was like backyard football down at the 33. First down, pickup of 11. A late whistle, and now what? Officials coming in. And they're going to tell Landon McFrederick he has to get off the field. I think his helmet might have came off quickly, and he tried to get it back on before anybody noticed. So McFrederick has to go to the sideline. Pickup of 11.
I mean, multiple Arrows should have had him there. Good job by Huss, just extending the play, finding your receiver over the middle, and just lobbing it up there almost as a jump ball, but no Arrow defender there to keep him.
That reminded me of a young man named Johnny Football. Everybody liked to forget about him. I know at least us Browns fans do. In the shotgun, Huss. Hands it off. Nope, he's going to roll right. Play action and a good one. He launches it downfield. Got him in wide open. Caught inside the 10. Knocked out of bounds inside the 5. Big pickup there for the Barons.
Another cramping Baron.
2 cramping Barons. One at the 35 and one at inside the 5 out of bounds. I think might be an Arrow. The Cramping Barons would be a good band name.
Copyright.
So the Arrows defensive player out there at the 5 on the far side. Hard to see the number. And back at the 35 might be an O-lineman.
You know, Colton Johnson was the closest defender on that pass play. Not sure if it was a busted coverage on him. We'll have to go back on the replay here on the OH report. But clearly, receiver gets wide open, whether he was manned up or he ran a post corner. He got all sorts of space. Colton closes quickly, just forcing him out of bounds on the 4-yard line.
That is Colton Johnson dealing with cramps out over on the far side. Back at the 35-yard line. Hard to see who that is right now as well. And it's another cramped situation. It is very humid.
Again, yeah, we won't laugh. You know, there's nothing funny about guys cramping, but it is funny to see multiple guys cramp
At the same time, you don't see that very often, right?
Two training staffs out there, both just stretching hamstrings. Both players going to have to come out of the game. One offensive lineman going to be number 62 for the Barons.
All right. I don't have my glasses. I can't wear my glasses in here, Tony. It's so hot, they're going to fog up, so I can't see it.
Caden Shannon.
Thank you.
5'10", 110 pounds. 210.
Because that's the smallest. 110 pounds. The heat is getting to me, I can tell. 1:14 to go in the third quarter. It's going to be first and goal once they get the cramping Baron and the cramping Arrow out of there.
I mean, we've not talked about Clay Whitaker, the offensive lineman, 5'7", 160. He's left guard. Have you seen him out there?
Well, he's an offensive lineman. You just said it. I don't pay attention to the offensive line unless they do something bad.
He has not been called for holding, so yeah, you probably not paid attention to him yet. Number 54.
Have you ever seen or looked on paper at a smaller offensive lineman than that?
7th grade football.
You got me. Okay. All right. I should have qualified it by saying at the varsity football level.
He's a small guy, but an extremely tough wrestler. Talking to the offensive line coach for the Barons, he has no questions about him being out there. It's not a matter of he's outsized and he's really overmatched and he's just a liability on the offensive line. I think he would take 5 of them.
High snap on the shotgun, and the Arrows have come up with a loose ball. Wow. The Arrows, Ethan Truax is the man on the spot. And the Arrows dodge a bullet. The Barons getting ready to maybe punch one in on first and goal. High snap after the long delay. And the Arrows get the turnover. The freshman can't hold on to the high snap.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do, to get a long timeout, even though a timeout wasn't called. Just the cramps. You get a break. You go get some water. Your muscles kind of relax. Just sails it a little bit too high. Huss does a good job of just getting a hand on it so it doesn't fly over his head and really make a scramble for the ball. But too much defensive pressure.
Kellen Saldana the center with a bad snap up high. Arrows take over at their own 9, 1st and 10. Bryant hands it off. Up the middle on the run, not too much there, maybe to the 11. Caden Spots picks up 2. Under a minute now to go in the third quarter. Arrows up 28-7.
2-yard gain on the play brings up second.
This will be just the Arrows' second possession of the second half.
Yeah, the Barons have dominated TOP here in the third quarter, and they just haven't been able to get anything into the end zone.
Yeah, lots of running yards, lots of scrambling. They've been able to extend plays when they've been able to. But yeah, just the second opportunity for this Ashland offense to be on the field after putting up 7 earlier here in the third quarter.
30 seconds to go in the third. Handoff up the middle. All kinds of room.
Spots.
40, 45. And he's wrapped up finally out there midfield at the 49, and a flag coming in. A late hit by the Barons is going to add on 15 yards for the Arrows.
A big 40-yard burst for Caden Spots right up the middle. He actually turns backside and starts stiff-arming people because he knows that he's not going to be able to outrun everyone. So he's just kind of pushing guys down as he continues to rumble all the way down to the 49-yard line. It's actually, this penalty is going to go against the Arrows.
I am shocked at that. There was a lot of extracurricular, and somebody was pulling on Spots once he went down. And I think maybe one of the Arrows then responded. And you almost always get the second guy, right, Ton?
That's usually the way it works. That's going to be penalty number 11 for the Arrows. 95 penalty yards, Brandon.
That's
so
not
far.
good.
That is not good. We thought last week was bad when they were in the 60s. We're going to hit the century mark before this thing's over.
It'll be first.
Yeah, that might be the last play of the third quarter. 28-7. Arrows on top as we head to the fourth quarter. Stay tuned for the fourth. This one's not over yet. Back with more after this on iHeartRadio.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
I'm Brian Skoronsky, and you're watching live and free high school sports exclusively on the OH Report.
Here, Sports 1340.
Here from Community Stadium, Brennan Wells and Tony Van Duyne, 28-7. Arrows on top with the football, first down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line, and a flag and a whistle. False start coming out of a timeout, starting the fourth quarter. Another penalty. We are into triple digits, Tone.
Yeah, we're in triple digits. 100 penalty yards, 12 penalties for the Arrows. I've got to think it's something with Luke Bryan's cadence. So going from Bernhardt's cadence to Bryan's cadence from last week at Marion Presidents to this week, there's got to be something because we had 3 procedure penalties on the very first drive, and they continued through the entire game.
Bryant in a shotgun. McFrederick in motion going right to left. Hand off to Spots. Cuts it out to the right side. And he's out near the 40. A big run by Spots. A lot of it got negated by the 15-yard personal foul, but the Arrows now at the 39-yard line on their own side.
Spots now 112 rushing yards, 16 attempts, and he's got that touchdown. So Caden running hard, doing a good job keeping the clock moving, keeping this Arrow offense moving north and south. A nice big run, his longest of the season, that last one for 40 yards.
Second down and 6. Bryant in the shotgun. Spots to his near side. McFrederick cuts out to the far side. Play action, looking downfield. He's got a man. Underthrown and intercepted. Well, Metzger had 2 steps on him, and Bryant underthrows it. And the Barons are still in business with 11:17 to go here in the ballgame.
He had more than 2 steps on him. He had about 3 yards on him, which is about 3 steps, maybe 4 steps. He throws that 10 more yards down the field. Johnny just waltzes into the end zone, but underthrown, interception. Barons flips it. Now Barons come back on offense, just down 21. Still going to take a pretty good effort here for Buckeye Valley to get back into this thing, but a little bit of life given back to the Barons.
Garrett Slater went up and grabbed it on the underthrow. First down and 10 for the Barons. Huss in the shotgun, pistol formation. He's got Richards behind him. Single receiver to the far, twins to the near side. Arrows playing a single deep safety handoff to Richards. He's through the line, 40, 42, and maybe out to the 44. Gain of 9, second down and 1. And Richards has had some success here tonight against that Arrows front.
Yeah, he's at 78 yards on 20 attempts. He's just been a consistent hammer right up the middle. There's nothing that he's looking to bounce. He's not looking to get a sweep play. He's just running into that A gap and B gap. Looks like Gunnar Lacey maybe cramping a little bit. Officials are going to maybe make him check himself out. He didn't go down, but just enough of a hobble to.
Yeah, he'll hobble out, and Connor Ohl will check in at that rover spot, I think, on the outside. Still Smith on the line with Briggs and Caden Pyatt. Shotgun formation, same as the last, except that H-back now in there, twins to the near side. Handoff, Richards right up the gut. He's got some room to run into Arrows territory, rumbles forward down to the 43, and Levi Richards, 22 yards.
Good for a Baron, first down.
I'm going to say 11.
I'm sorry, cut that in half.
The first and
he had a nice run there, right up the middle, bounces off one Arrow, actually reloads, and it attacks another Arrow to get another 4 or 5 yards. So enough to move the chains. Ashland really playing a too deep. They now move to cover 1, really allowing Buckeye to throw the ball here.
And there we are. Huss is going to throw it. He's got a man. It's Ritter caught at the 40, inside the 35, down near the 30, and finally brought down. Jonathan Metzger on the tackle, along with Grissinger. And they'll mark it down at the 29-yard line. That is a gain of 15. I was just making sure you were still awake, Tony, on the last one. I wanted to call 22 to see if you knew. You were on it.
Oh, I was on it, yeah. I did a double thing in my mind where I'm like, I don't want to correct you on air, but
you can correct me on air. It's okay.
Well, the guy that's moving the little football on his piece of paper at home to find out where he's at, I didn't want him to move it 22 yards and mess him up thinking.
That guy's definitely keeping score alone. Hand off to Richards up the middle, and a short gain from the 29 down to the 27. And Levi Richards just bullying his way forward. But if you're the Arrows, you're okay giving up runs here because the clock is your friend right now.
Yeah, they're okay giving up gains of 6 and 7. They're just trying to not give up that big touchdown pass, something over the middle, something that's going to give them early points here now inside 10 minutes left to go in the game.
Thanks to our good friends over at Truax Printing for being our presenting sponsor this year, your full-service commercial printing source at Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com. 9:35 to go now here in the fourth. 2nd down and 8. Barons, Huss back to pass. He's going to launch it into the corner, underthrown, and McFrederick comes up with the interception for the Arrows. Right at the 1-yard line, Landon McFrederick says, hey, we'll underthrow one, you underthrow one, and we get it right back.
Yeah, good job by Landon, not getting burnt deep, understanding that he's got deep responsibilities. There's no one going to help him. So he just continues to fade back there, sees that it's underthrown, comes up, makes a nice play. He's tackled right at the 1. I didn't know if they were going to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt and put him in the end zone, but they are going to mark the Arrow offense at the 1-yard line for Luke Bryant and company to come out.
So Bryant and the Arrows offense going to have to try to get out from beyond the shadow of their own goalposts. They'll huddle deep in the end zone. We don't see them under center very much, Tony, but we might hear.
Well, yeah, and you got Caden Spots, who's done a great job of just kind of bowling forward, but you've also got the opportunity to take a play here. If you think the Barons are thinking, let's bring some pressure, call a little screen play. It's a little bit risky, but big risk, big reward.
Bryant under center tries to push forward on a keeper, and he is sacked, I believe, in the end zone. That's really close, Tone.
I think he's in the end zone.
They are going to call him
on the inches.
The nose of the ball is basically touching the goal line, but the Arrows dodge a bullet there.
We're going to call it -1.
That's a generous spot. 2nd down and 10 and a half, 10 and 3/4.
When it's got to make you think twice about running the QB sneak, you know, it didn't work once. You going to try it again?
I'm not.
I'm
not calling plays. In the shotgun is Luke Bryant. You've got 200-pound Caden Spots. I might have him take it. Everybody in the box for the Barons. Man in motion is Truax.
I'd take a shot.
It's a handoff to Spots, and he is fumble. Oh, no, now we're calling a safety. He went down. I think Spots tried to fumble it as the fumble-rooski, and that's not a legal play, but Spots brought down in the end zone. I think you're right, Tony. Maybe you take a play action and you try to launch it. They had all 11 in the box.
Yeah, and again, it's the high risk and high reward. Like it can go backwards on you, just like it did at the end of the 2nd quarter. You try to be aggressive, 15 seconds to go, and you throw an interception. But in that scenario, one play, quarterback sneak for a -1. You hand off to Caden Spots for a -1. That puts 2 points on the board for the Barons. Ashland still up 28-9, but now Ashland going to be punting away to Buckeye Valley.
This is a 3rd straight week here starting the season. We've seen a safety, at least one every week.
Very strange.
I can't imagine we'll see another one 4 straight weeks. That's got to be some kind of record.
We didn't see one week 1, right? No, we didn't see one.
I thought we did.
No.
61 to, did we see one?
No.
I should have brought my scoring pad with me. I guess I did not. 9:14 to go here in the ball game.
Each week throughout the high school sports season, we will select the iHeartRadio Athlete of the Week, presented by the Neil Katie Insurance Agency of Ashland and Norwalk, specialized in auto, home, life, and business insurance. Get a free quote? NeilKatieInsurance.com. That's NeilKADY Insurance.com. See photos and read all about our athletes at WMANFM.com. If you head over right now, you can see week 1's winner, Ricky Mills.
Oh, yeah.
4 touchdowns, 7 tackles, and 1 sack on their 41-19 win over Norwalk on week 1. He's got a plaque waiting for him whenever Aaron Hines and company get back over to.
Ricky had a good week.
He had a great week. Great player.
You ever hear Ricky Henderson talk about himself, by the way? He used to speak in 3rd person. He would say, Ricky had a good week.
Ricky had a good week.
Ricky used to play with a guy that wore a helmet. It's a funny story he told about John Olrud being traded to his 2nd time to play with him, and he didn't realize it was the same guy.
Oh, gosh.
Right. It's like he played with this guy for a year or 2 in Toronto, and then he gets traded to New York. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this game. 9:14 to go, 28-9.
Speaking of Ricky Mills, he and company are down 33-0 to the Massillon Tigers in the 4th quarter.
Well, no shame in getting beat by the Tigers, but I'm sure Mansfield Sr. is not happy about that. And whoever they're playing next week is going to feel the brunt of that, is my guess.
Yeah, they're going to get West Holmes.
Oh, well, maybe not. That should be an interesting matchup next week. The Knights and the TY Tigers next week.
That'll be a fun one.
9:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Arrows having to kick it away after the safety from their own 20. And you can punt this or you can tee it up and kick it away, and Spots is going to kick it away from the 20. Big leg, Spots boots it deep. Melfi has to run way back to the 16 to grab it. 20, 25 on the near hash. Gets by Goings, 30. Cuts it back inside and wrapped up at the 37-yard line. 21-yard return for Melfi.
He went back to the 10 to pick that up, right?
16.
So from the 20 to the 16.
It's a heck of a boot there by Casey Spots.
Impressive.
Yep, Spots boots it away, and the Arrows defense will have to come back out. 9:05 to go, Tony. This is a big drive right here. If you can stop the Barons, you've probably put the ice on this ball game.
Yeah, for Buckeye Valley, still down 19. That's 3 full possessions. 9 minutes to go. That means you need to score quick. You probably need a quick defensive stop, and then you need a little bit of luck getting another touchdown and an onside kick. So a lot of things needing to go right for the Barons. Starts with this drive, and they need an early touchdown.
Here we go. Huss in the shotgun. 9:05 to go. Single to the far side. Twins to the near side. It's a little keeper, play action, and Huss keeps it around the left side. And he's knocked down around the 40. Gain of 3. Hadn't seen that play before, but it looked like it was almost going to be a halfback option, a handoff, so we might see something like that coming.
It could even be a read option. He's reading that defensive end, and if that defensive end pops out to go with Levi Richards on the run play, he tucks it. 6 carries, a couple of those just on QB scrambles for Huss, just 15 yards. So Ashland's done a good job of keeping him corralled, not letting him do a lot of damage on the ground.
Huss back to pass. Second and long. Throws over the middle, caught at the 49, and wrapped up by the Arrows at the 46-yard line. And a big pickup there down to the 46. The gain of 14. Matt Hall on the catch. And they're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. First down and 10 at the 46 in Arrows territory. Twins left, single to the near side. Pistol formation. Huss in the shotgun. Hands it off to Richards. He busts right through the middle. He's got some room inside the 40. Ball's loose! Ball's loose! And they're going to say it was down. Down by contact, and the ground caused the fumble at the 36-yard line of the Arrows. Real close to the first down marker.
Going to give him a gain of 9, yeah. Not going to give him enough of the first down.
Second and inches. Under 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Same formation, pistol formation. Twins left, single to the near side. Handoff. Richards busts through the line of scrimmage. He's got the first down, keeps the legs churning, and he is finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Gain of 5. Richards has been impressive tonight.
Yeah, a lot of positive runs for him. 24 carries. He's now at 105 yards. Nothing that has really been problematic. He's not a speedster, but he is just that kind of grinded out guy. And as the game goes on, he's going to continue to grind it. Ashland sitting back in a cover 3 with 3 safeties. Even their linebackers are a little more timid than they have been, just wanting to make sure that no one's going to bounce it out and give up that big play. So I think Ashland, though not content to give up points, is actually content to let them run inside the tackles and keep this clock running.
Back to pass. Huss looking left. Pressure! He gets away from it. Steps up in the pocket. Rolls left. Throws it downfield. He's got a man caught at the 23 and knocked out of bounds on the far side by the Arrows. Wow. I thought for sure the Arrows had him back there. Gunnar Lacey was coming at him. And the Arrows just couldn't quite bring him down. Freilich on the catch. It's going to be second down and short. Sauter in on the tackle. 2nd and 3 at the 24. Hurry up to the line. Hand off to Richards. He busts through. He's going to be close. I think he's got the first down, and he does. Down at the 21. Gain of 3. First down and 10. Should stop the clock here. They're going to say he's short, Tone. Wow.
So just gain of 2.
Gain of 2, and now they might measure, because I thought for sure he had it. Coach over there on the sideline, I think, calling for the measurement.
Well, and that's the free timeout for the.
And now they call the first down.
For the Baron coach.
Well, this was a first down, clearly. I could see it from here, and the chains here on the far side. I will digress. First down and 10, ball at the 21. It's hot. Maybe they're cramping over there, too.
The referees?
The linesmen. The chain gang.
You think they just don't want to move for a first down?
No comment. 6:10 to go here in the fourth. Huss in the shotgun. Twins to the near side. Single to the far. Play action. Rolls to the near side. He's looking downfield. Looking nothing open. Good coverage. He's going to have to tuck it and run. And he gets himself out of bounds near the 20. And Huss elusive on the run. And we got a cramping Barron, and we have a flag.
And a penalty flag.
Penalty flag back at the 27 in the area of what would generally be holding, but we'll see.
Huss, fortunate, just kind of pump fake. He got Caden Tyatt just on that pump fake. He kind of sails by him. Huss tucks it just to get no gain.
Arrows with a personal foul, Tony.
Arrows with another 15.
Didn't get the number on that, but 15 yards. And the Arrows have really shot themselves in the foot here tonight on the penalty side.
Well, that's going to be an automatic first down. Put them right on the 10-yard line, setting up first and goal. Just a 3-minute drive, right at 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
5:59 to go. First and goal. 28-9 Arrows. Buckeye Valley has struggled to punch it in a couple times down here deep in the red zone. Huss in the shotgun. Hands it off to Richards. He cuts it outside. He's got some room. He's inside the 5, and he's brought down right there. The whistle blows at the 4. Gain of 6 for Richards. Second and goal. Sauter in on the tackle for the Arrows.
For the Barons. Will be spotted on the Ashland.
The Barons, rather, with the football here at the 4-yard line inside the Arrows 4. 5.5 minutes to go here on Fox Sports Radio and the OH Report. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Football Friday night. The Barons 0-2, the Arrows 1-1. Huss in the shotgun. Hands it off to Richards. He rumbles in. Touchdown. And 4-yard touchdown run for Richards. And they are not rolling over yet, Tony. 4-yard TD run cuts it to a 2-score game.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Stevens over there for Buckeye Valley would have liked to have scored just a little bit quicker, but you can't complain about a touchdown drive in the fourth quarter, under 4 minutes, really bringing this now within a 2-score game and opportunities for your special teams and your defense to make some plays and really make this interesting in the fourth.
Extra point forthcoming. Alex Landis.
For the PAT.
She comes out to kick the extra point. Melfi the holder. The first extra point was dicey. Just got over. It was a low snap and a low kick, but it got there. This one gets up easily, and she boots that one clean through, and it's 28-16. And it's a 12-point lead. We'll take a quick break. Be back with more after this on iHeartRadio.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa...
Onside kick here by the Barons. And it looks like there's also a flag, and I think it's recovered by the Arrows. Having a bit of technical difficulties here on the radio side of things. OH Report. Also joining us here tonight. Personal foul on the Barons. So the Arrows recover and will get the benefit of a personal foul. 28-16, 5:15 to go. Well, sorry for the delay here on the OH report. We're efforting our connection back with 1340 WNCO. Trying our best to get back there. Meanwhile, out on the field, Landon McFrederick dealing with an injury. Brandon Wells, Tony Van Duyne, 28-16 Arrows, who just got the ball back after the onside kick. Second down and 10 for the Arrows out there.
4-yard gain on the play. Brings up second down and 6 for the Arrows. Ball will be spotted on the Buckeye Valley 20-yard line.
Second down and 6. Ball at the 20. Bryant sends Truex out to the left, hands it off to Spots up the middle. 20, 15, and wrapped up at the 13-yard line.
Tackle made by number 9.
That moves the chains. First down and 10. 4 minutes and change to go here. Arrows trying to hold on, up 12.
Good first down.
Four minutes to go here at Community Stadium.
Ball be spotted off Buckeye Valley 13-yard line.
Make sure you stay tuned for the post game on the OH report. Bring you our player of the game as well. Bryant in the shotgun and hands it off to Spots. He lost control of the football. It's down on the ground. We'll see if Spots was able to fall on it over at the 13 or 14-yard line on the far hash. And I think so.
Number 4, Brendan Olney.
Tackled by Olney.
No gain on the play.
Lucky to come up with that one. Second down and 10. Mark it at the 13. The Arrows looking to move to 2-1. They're able to hold on here tonight. And the Buckeye Valley Barons would fall to 0-3. Tough opening stretch for the Barons. Bryant, keep it on a keeper and down to the 9-yard line.
For the Arrows, ball will be spotted on the Buckeye Valley 9-yard line.
School football on Fox Sports 1340. Delivered by Truax Printing.
Well, sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. The heat has gotten to our computer here. They're down at 6. Arrows football handoff to Spots at the 9. He rumbles inside the 5, down near the goal line, and he's wrapped up and right down at the 1-yard line. But the Arrows will have first down and goal. It's 28-16, 2 minutes and change to go. Brandon Wells and Tony Van Duyne here on iHeartRadio, as well as the OH Report.
The Baron onside kick attempt failed. Ashland came out, sweep to Landon McFrederick for 10, and then combination of Spots rushes of 4, 7, 4, 9, and one key by Luke Bryant for -1 has put Ashland right on the goal line on the 1-yard line. 2:04 to go in the fourth quarter.
Thanks for that recap, Tony.
Everyone's up to speed.
Everybody's up to speed. If they're still listening and watching out there, you now know what happened. So my apologies out there. Technical difficulties do happen, Tony.
Hey, we'll mention Andrew Briggs, Hayden Hensel, Riley, MPT, Hammond, Colin Karam, and Bryson Martin doing a great job on this drive. When the defense knows you're going to run and you continue to run, it means your offense is doing a pretty great job. One, some good offensive play calls, knowing when to hand it off to the running back, when to pull it with the quarterback, when to hit him on a wide receiver, a little jet sweep there. But really, it's the 5 guys up front, just knowing from the sideline, saying, hey, guys, this is the scenario. We're up by 12. We need a long, sustained drive. That gives our defense a little bit of rest. And if we can punch one in, we're definitely going to finish 2-1 and enter the OCC with a little win streak.
Bryant in there with Truax and Spots in the backfield. Mets go to the far side. Sturi in the slot. Johnson in the near side.
They like to run the little counter play here, either handing it off on the dive or coming back with the other running back on the counter.
Hand off Spots. He's up and he's in. Touchdown, Caden Spots. 1-yard plunge.
136 yards for Caden Spots, his second touchdown. He's going to go up to 6 touchdowns for the season, only 5 last year. So Caden really finding some success, at least finding pay dirt inside that red zone through week 3.
Luke Bryant will hold. Extra point coming. Braxton Hunt, the senior place kicker. Boots it away. It's up, and it's good. Arrows up 35-16 here, Tony. We'll keep it here. We've got enough commercials in there during our technical difficulties.
I would assume so.
35-16. Is there a flag on the play?
The umpire blew his whistle. I didn't see a flag fly out, but false start on the Arrows. It's going to be another 5-yard penalty, and they're going to make him re-kick it. Penalty number 14 for the Ashland Arrows, 120 yards now. That's a whole touchdown, if not a couple, based off of field position that the Arrows have just given away to the Barons.
I'm clearly no math wizard, but 115 yards in penalties.
120, just 120.
To correct you. Well, again, I'm not good at math. It's not good, and the extra point this time is no good. So moved him back 5 yards, wide left.
That penalty cost you a point.
At 34-16, and a missed extra point for Hunt. Under 2 minutes to go here, and it's a bit of a formality, Tony, but what stood out to you here tonight so far for the Arrows, positive-wise?
I continue to take away that the offensive line is much improved from last year and really getting themselves ready for OCC competition. So I think everyone in the region has kind of learned that the Ashland Arrows are a 5-wide team. You're going to see at least 4 routes multiple times a game. They want to throw the ball with Luke Bryant or with Bernhard, and they're making us become a running team, not out of strength, but out of necessity. And we've been able to do that. So 34 points tonight. We put up, 40 plus last week. So the offense is getting going. Now the defense continues to develop, continues to learn how to bring pressure. We got some young guys in there getting valuable experience getting ready for New Philadelphia next week.
I'm going to give you my positive here tonight.
Go for it.
We've both lost 4 to 5 pounds.
I'm sweating.
About 100 degrees in this sweat box. Yeah, well, we're in negotiations to maybe add some air conditioning up here. How's that? We'll just say it that way to some of our close allies that are potential. They have a potential fix for it. We'll just say that. You got nothing, do you?
It's just sweaty.
So boot it away. Under 2 minutes to go. Arrows up 18.
A great kick by Spots.
Grabbed at the 1 to the 10, 15. Trying to break it outside and wrapped up around the 19.
Good coverage by the Arrows.
Liam Schoonover's first return to the ball game. The sophomore getting an opportunity to bring it back. Truax in on the tackle. And Isaac Stewart. Stewie's had a couple of nice special teams tackles here tonight.
Yeah, the whole team's doing a good job of keeping your lanes, not letting guys find early cutbacks, collapsing then at the point of attack. You know, Coach Stevens for the Barons going to have to kind of open that playbook up here. Nathan Huss, 14 for 21, 2 interceptions, but they're going to have to let him throw the ball here to have any chance of a comeback or putting some points up against this Arrow defense.
Barons will go back home and face Bishop Reddy next week before taking on Bexley. The Arrows, meanwhile, will be here against New Philly. You and Bill Morgan will have that one next week. I'll be on assignment. Back to pass. Huss looks near side. Caught and dropped at the 23-yard line. Could not quite pull that in. Garrett Carey, the intended receiver. Hit him in the hands, but couldn't hold on.
5 targets towards Garrett Carey. Garrett Carey. 2 catches, 14 yards. Got the 1 touchdown for Buckeye Valley, receiving late in that second quarter.
Huss in the shotgun. Trips to the near side. Single back. Arrows still with 2 deep safety look. Back to pass, rolls to the near side. They've been rolling that pocket all day to the right side. He's going to have to get rid of it. He gets away from one guy and then steps up to the 20. And he's knocked out of bounds. Caden Pyatt on the pressure. Pyatt has played well tonight.
Pyatt's played well, yeah. But again, they continue to roll Nathan Huss out to the right. And I'm not sure why the Arrows aren't bringing pressure that way, or at least rolling pressure that way. I'm not sure I can remember a time that Huss has rolled to the left and you forced him to throw across his hip. So if I were Coach Cox, I would begin to continue to bring pressure towards the left, continue to drop 2, play man-to-man defense. Let your defensive line continue to get pressure. Not many sacks to speak of. We've had a couple of opportunities to bring down Huss and just missed them.
3rd and 8. Huss steps up in the pocket. He's going to launch it up for grabs. He's got a man out near midfield and knocked away at the last second. Ethan Truax in on the coverage along with Tyler Sauter. Good work by the secondary deep. And the Arrows will force a 4th down and 8 in what's kind of a last gasp attempt here for the Barons to keep their offense on the field.
Yeah, maybe one of the best things there for the Arrow defense is not getting the penalty. You know, the ball hung up there for a while. You have that tendency to either hit the guy because you have the chance to really lay him out and lay the wood on the guy, but good job playing the ball, making sure you don't get a cheap flag. We've got enough of those. 14 penalties for the Arrows. So good job there by that Arrow defense there on 3rd down.
Single to the near side, trips to the far side. Pistol formation. Huss in the shotgun. Arrows showing pressure. They bring pressure off the edge, and it's a screen pass. Caught at the 15, outside of the 20, now to the 22, 23. Nice little pickup there by Garrett Slater, but I think they're short, Tone.
Yeah, they needed 15, and they got 3.
That was being facetious.
You're being kind. Most people can't see it unless they're watching the OH report.
Can you spell facetious?
I cannot.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Couple plays here for Ashland Arrow, couple running plays, couple kneel downs should do it. Currently in the lead 34-16 with 1:25 to go.
This Buckeye Valley squad is dropped down from Division III to Division IV, Region 14. The Arrows, meanwhile, in an ever tough spot in their own division and region.
Yeah, moving up from Division III to Division II, you know, you have to submit the amount of boys you have and girls you have to find out what region you fit in. Ashland gets bumped up just by 2 boys, so we find ourselves as likely the smallest Division II school in the state, whereas in years past, we were the big dog at number 3.
Bryant takes a knee with 1:17 to go. It's all a bit of a formality at this point.
How about a loss of 6 because you took it in a shotgun formation?
Wow. That's a team loss. You know that. That's how that gets scored generally, as a loss by the team, not by the individual. So that's one of the very few statistical things that I know.
It's true.
In the shotgun, Bryant, they're in a shotgun victory formation. 45 seconds remaining here. 3 on the play clock. They'll take it and take the knee. They're going to have to take one more. We'll see. Nope.
And in the NFL, it goes against team passing yards.
Okay.
Not in high school.
There you go. A team will lose a few more yards, but that'll be it. That's the last play of the ball game. And the Arrows, I don't think will have to take another snap unless they want to. And apparently they're going to. Although there's 1 second difference between the play and the game clock. I'm not sure why you would snap it here.
The game clock will end before the play clock.
Correct. Don't snap the ball, young man.
Yep. Shake the guy's hand and walk off the field.
Riley, just hold on to the ball. Well done. Whatever they say, don't snap it, Riley. All right, the Arrows victorious here tonight, 34-16. Arrows move to 2-1. Buckeye Valley 0-3. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for the post-game show. Be back right after this here on iHeartRadio.
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
Time. 34-16, your final here. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll give you some stats here in just a moment. Arrows move to 2-1. Buckeye Valley falls to 0-3 rather. The Barons with a tough start to the season. We know what that's like. Last year we had a tough start to the year, Tony.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the stats.
Yeah, we'll start with the victors. Ashland Arrows doing a good job on the ground, 159 yards. Leading the way, Caden Spots, 136 of those on 23 attempts and 2 touchdowns. Passing 210 yards through the air. Johnny Metzger, 43 yards. Landon McFrederick had an even 100. Caden Spots, Story, and Johnson with 18, 24, and 25 respectively. Turnover or penalties, 1. My goodness, look at that number for Ashland Arrows. 14 penalties for 120 yards, giving away lots of field free yards to the Barons. They needed all the help they could get. 127 yards rushing for the Barons. Levi Richards did the most for them, 26 attempts. 110 yards, 1 touchdown for him. He also fumbled at one time and lost it. Passing 158 for Huss, did a good job, 15 for 24. 1 touchdown, unfortunate for him, 2 interceptions. Still quite a few drives. Not a lot of penalties, 285 yards total for the Barons. Turnovers really the other part of the story. 5 total fumbles and interceptions for the Barons, just the Arrows 2. Lots of, please take the ball. My goodness, 7 turnovers between the two. Ashland coming out +3 on the plus side of that, at least. Obviously on the way to the 34-16 win.
Arrows with a big win, but, it's one of those wins, Tony, that you don't necessarily feel great about. But, hey, a win's a win, 34-16. If you're on the OH report, make sure you stay tuned for their post-game action as well. They'll give you a player of the game as well. Thanks for tuning in over on the OH report. For those of you here on iHeartRadio, we're happy to be having you still here. And, Tony,
Need your lawn looking its best? Then Clips and Cuts is who you call. We have the knowledge, experience, and passion to create the most beautiful lawns and landscaping for residential and commercial mowing, plus complete landscape installments, landscape design, shrub pruning, and tree trimming. We also specialize in hardscape, offering a variety of patios, retaining walls, water features, and even snow plowing during the winter months. Call Nick Ritchie to schedule your services today.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
And now we have our player of the game, sponsored by North Central State College, Luke Bryant, the quarterback at junior. Thank you for coming here.
No problem.
You had an amazing game. You went 12 for 25 with 190 yards and 3 touchdowns. How does it feel to get this week 1 win at home with all the construction going on?
It feels amazing. Construction really didn't change anything about how the way we prepared. It was just a great day to come out and get away now home.
Awesome. And up next you have matchup with the team that I don't personally know, but what steps will you take to kind of bring that second victory?
Just lock in and practice again. We had a great week of practice. Everybody was locked in, focused, going hard all the time. We know they're going to be tough, and we just have to focus on our jobs and do our job.
Awesome. And for any of the viewers that are at home, is there anyone that you want to give a special shout out to tonight?
I'd love to thank my dad and Coach Cedar. My dad, he's been pushing me harder than anybody else, and I would love to thank Coach Cedar for the opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Luke. You heard it here. Ashland Arrows come out on top with a tough Week 1 victory. From the OH Report, signing off.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good game, moving panel.